Coming it live.
You giving us a promo or you gonna
Good morning, Macon, Georgia, and everyone else around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast for Monday, April 15th, 2013. Excuse me, 2013.
Yeah. 2013, you so when?
All right.
What did you say, 2012?
I was about to say 20,000.
20,000.
I was out by 10,000 years.
Speaking of 20,000.
Yeah, baby. I like the box.
Yes.
So you guys think Justin Bieber's Jewish?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Right, well, we got a story on him later.
Okay.
You hear what he said? You hear what he wrote at the Anne Frank Museum?
Yeah. Yes.
Good morning. Sorry,
Good morning, brother. I'm glad
I didn't
you're
wake
here.
up till 7:35. The alarm didn't work.
Wow.
I'm trying to get the kids up and breakfast and get ready. And I'm thinking that's why I posted on the Facebook page. The morning roast will start in about 30 minutes, and I posted that at 7:45.
Yeah, he said you just posted on Facebook. I like you're supposed to be here already.
I know. How you feel, Irvin?
Yes.
Good.
We didn't get sick, did we? From last night, yesterday?
No. I mean, I was coughing up a storm last night, but
I woke up fine. I woke up fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, chatter.
We're live from the Nut House here.
How are you, Derek?
Doing quite well. It's 58 degrees outside in Macon, Georgia. It's partly cloudy right now, but as soon as it's going to be clearer skies, it's going to be sunny with a high of 82 and a low of 63.
We had a fantastic time yesterday, right, Anthony?
Yes, we did. Did you tell them what we did?
Yeah, no, I haven't even started.
Where are you going to start?
Let's start with today. I'm meeting the mayor. Don't forget.
That's right. What time?
12:15. I'm gonna walk in with my Grand Slam.
I'm gonna drop you down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in with my Grand Slam shirt.
All right.
I'm not gonna get dressed up for the mayor.
All right.
He's gonna have to see me like this, looking like a ghetto boy.
So, do you want to give a hint to the audience and to us what you're gonna talk about, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him why he's not resigning yet.
And then
you think I'm crazy, right?
No, I think it's good. I'm thinking that's why I'm thinking that's what you should.
I'm gonna say, Mr. Mayor, you know I called for your resignation, and he's gonna have to explain to me why. And everybody's in agreement, even Mr. Grant. But when Mr. Grant pulled me outside, you remember when he got there?
That was the owner.
That
of
guy's the
Lounge.
biggest hypocrite, dude. I hate to say it. You talk about, yeah, and he reeks of it.
So what did he say to you?
Huh?
What did Mr. Grant say to you?
He said, "Let's take it easy on the mayor. It's almost over.
Take it easy on the mayor.
Let's try to leave it."
Please.
Are you out of your mind? That's the worst advice he could have given me.
Yeah, that is pretty bad advice.
Like, give him some slack and leave him alone.
Oh, come on.
Because he knows already.
He's had enough slack.
He knows. And by the way, that girl with the big titties yesterday, you remember her?
The one that worked with Dalamon?
The last one, yeah, that
the one that worked with
Dalamon.
that was telling us about all that? Yeah.
She told me, well, the Dalamon issue, would you believe it? This guy got away with how much? We were bitching and moaning.
$350,000.
He was going to have $8 million allocated, like a whole bunch of money he was going to steal from that place.
I know. He
So,
the last place.
Yeah.
Like he had all this money allocated and the funds, they didn't even know where those funds were going for computers.
Right.
You know how much money he would have taken out of that?
Yeah.
So anyway, this city's corrupted. We know it. We're trying to expose it. I don't give a shit who's in power. None of these people scare me.
We know it. That's right. And I'm dropping.
None of these people scare me. So
So that'll be good to hear what you say to the mayor tomorrow on the show and how he responds to you.
Well, I'm going to tell him, Mr. Mayor, you know, I call for your resignation. I'm going to be respectful.
Ask him why he hasn't gotten rid of Chief Burns either.
Right, and why there still hasn't been any real explanation, and I'm not going to accept the GBI report because I know for a fact, Mr. Mayor, that if that GBI report came back committing this guy to as a homicide, he would have been charged with homicide. That whole police force would have went down, sir. Let's be honest. A lot of exposure. By the way, we're already doing the files. I'm going to tell them about us pulling files and how rancid that whole third precinct is. How bad is it, Anthony?
Well, some of them are bad. This latest two I got.
Some are bad.
We'll
That's enough.
Yeah. Well, these latest two I got, we'll go into those in the second hour or so of the show. I got two more officers, and I'll let you know what their disciplinary records look like. And it was a good time. If you're in the dark of what Irvin and I are talking about, yesterday was the Soapbox Derby at Washington Park. They do this every
that was
year.
great.
The weather kind of threw a little wrench in the proceedings.
It dampened it.
But we
half
still
the
had
crowd.
We still had a good time. We still had a good time.
We had a nice crowd despite the rain, but it was about a half of what it was last year.
So they had Sterling Waite and the Cotton Avenue Hustlers playing at the park. They had DJ.
They were great.
DJ Shotty Slim, DJ a little
What's
bit.
the name of that? What's the name of that type of music? They mentioned it.
What?
The music that we were listening to.
You talking about at the park? The bluegrass.
The bluegrass.
Okay.
It was bluegrass fiddles and a bass.
Talented.
And happy, clappy, snappy music.
Yes.
We had a kid almost drown in the pool. He fell in the
In
water.
a little fountain, but he was all right.
We had a little kid dancing around. He was the cutest little thing with his little light-up boots.
That's right.
And then his little friend who kept bothering him. He kept bothering him.
He said, "Just let me dance, man.
Just let him dance," but he kept trying to stop him. Finally, that kid who was bothering the little dancer fell in the water head first.
Was he pushed?
Oh, was he pushed?
Was he pushed? Joe Friday.
Put that music on.
Do your Joe Friday.
Anyway,
I carry a bag.
So how was your weekend?
Yes, DB.
It was
any wrestling?
No, there wasn't any wrestling because I don't.
Any hot women?
Well, I did watch. Gee,
lots of teeth.
Yeah. Great idea.
Yeah, they have no cavities. No
cavities.
No cavities.
Lots of teeth.
I was just watching this one show that was kind of like cross pageant / American Idol type thing called Nuestra Belleza Latina on Univision.
What the hell does it mean?
Our Latina Beauty. Yeah.
Say it again. Nuestra
Belleza Latina.
Wow.
It was on. They had some type of.
Did they have the Spanish version of Simon Cowell?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yes,
Simon Cowell.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. There was on República Deportiva. There was no senadors. They actually had a soccer match.
And so you had to play with your balls while they played with their balls.
Yeah, were you rubbing your balls all weekend? Anyway, I'm answering back Ellen Macon.
Actually, I watched the NBA game between the Bulls and the Miami Heat.
Who won?
Miami Heat crushed them.
The Bulls just aren't what they were when they had Jordan.
No, they weren't. It's just Miami Heat wanted to get revenge on the Chicago Bulls after they broke their streak of 27 games of winning.
Wow.
They were on their way of winning, beating the 1974 winning streak winning streak of 33 games in a row. No, not yet. It was just a.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. We're getting there.
But it was just. Yes, I agree. The DS Photo Guy, the Spanish Channel women are hot. Yes.
Photo Guy, what's up, buddy? Good to see you out there fighting the weather with your lovely lady.
Photo Guy was there. He had a nice hat on.
Yes,
he looked good.
Photo Guy was there.
That's a good guy right there. I love Photo Guy.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, he's great. Him and his significant other. Look, she's your wife, dude. The only thing you ain't got is a paper. that's like your
ring.
wife. That's how I
those-
see you, husband and wife.
It's one of those ones you keep. That's a keeper.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and call
And
your
of
wife.
course, he had a
Do
roving
like
eye.
Beyonce and put a ring on it, man. Put a
Well,
ring
you
on
don't
it.
have to do all that because no, I mean it doesn't have to symbolize it. I mean you could have that love without symbolizing it. You know, I mean Heather and I were together and not legally married for about.
But you
8
felt like
years.
you were married.
Yeah, we treated ourselves married because we didn't.
I
have to
mean,
have,
all
we
except
didn't
last
have-
night with
we
that
didn't-
girl
we didn't-
doing the
we didn't have
thing.
to-
I never really saw you looking at women.
We didn't have to go legally and get it done by law to know that we love each other and we have a bond. So
Yeah, there's a bond.
We had our first 2 kids. We weren't
It's like-
legally married, and then we finally just
It's like
did
better
the,
than Elmer's
did the
glue.
rigmarole legally
Yeah, he
by the
says.
system.
He says, "Ah, thanks, man." He says, "That's true. It makes it less complicated." That's true.
It does.
It does. It does.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
I gave Heather a ring. We weren't even married. I mean,
Yeah.
I looked at us as married, and I gave her a ring. So, the marriage, the idea of marriage, and the thought of marriage, and how you are in marriage can be done without having to be told by the government you're married.
Yeah, even
You
the
know.
gays want to get married more than you do. What's
Right.
up with that?
What's up?
Obviously, they haven't had half their stuff taken away yet, but give it time.
By the way, I met a couple yesterday. 30 years.
Divorce.
30 years they're together.
Who?
2 gay guys. The guy that owns the beauty parlor, whatever his name is.
Which one? The guy who owns the gay guy who owns the beauty parlor. Well, that limits it, Irving.
I know. Well, that
Every gay
really,
guy in
that
here
really
is
holds
a
it down for
hairdresser.
you. I think
Yeah.
you know who I'm
Well,
talking
I'm
about.
thinking every gay guy in town's
you
a
met him
hairdresser.
outside. Don't give me no shit. He's got the
That's
store.
like saying like the fat guy with the
That's
ribs.
right. That's right.
That's like my mother
Like
used
saying,
to
hey,
say.
you see the fat guy
Go
with
get
the
me
big
that
plate of
over
ribs?
there.
I
My
mean,
mother used to say to me, "Go get me that thing over there." I'm like, "What the hell are you
the
talking
gay
about?"
guy that owns the hairdresser.
Anyway.
Well, hell, Irvin.
Well,
That's like saying, did you see
30
that gay
years.
guy that's in the theater? I mean, it just goes without saying.
Yeah, really. Oh, by the way, speaking of theater, we had a good time watching the auditions yesterday, right?
Yeah, we went
And
to
I'm
auditions.
cracking up, making fun of the
We,
people.
we went to audition to Spamalot.
Boy, that girl came out, dude. You would have been, your tongue would have fallen out of your mouth.
That girl had an operatic voice, man.
Yeah, she had an operatic voice, and you can imagine her squealing if you did her, because she was beautiful. I mean, she really was like nice body.
Yeah! Go, DB!
And then you gotta go real high. The highest pitch you can go. What's the highest pitch you can go? Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, calm down.
See, ladies, what you're missing is you spent an evening with Derek.
It was hysterical. And if DS was there, hey, DS, if you were there, this girl was awesome. She had the nicest body. She had that face that looks like I like sex, right? And
blonde,
she makes
brunette,
all
what?
these expressions.
Oh, no, she wasn't really blonde or brunette. What was she?
Oh, well.
I didn't think she was
I
as
met her
gorgeous.
before.
I don't
She
think she was
wasn't
as
gorgeous
gorgeous
in the
looking
face.
as Irvin said, but
Right.
her voice was gorgeous.
Well, and her body.
Her voice
She had a
was
nice
good.
body.
Her
dude.
voi's was
I don't care.
very good.
And,
I'm sure
and-
she's getting.
And I know
cast.
that was her trick to dress up like that. That way, everybody wins her favor without even hearing her goat voice.
Even
you
the
know?
gay director.
Even if she had a voice like a dirty
even the
goat.
gay director who's casting it. She
I
wins
know.
his favor too.
I'm sure you had a boner too. That gay
If
guy.
he did, he wouldn't. he ain't that gay. If he did.
Even the gay guy.
We might
had a boner.
reevaluate. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we went to that.
Anyway, we had a good
We
time.
just hopped all over town yesterday. I mean, we went to Washington Park.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed the getting rained on.
Then we went.
And,
We went to some place that wasn't open.
Let me have a shout out. Let's do a shout out to a lot of people we hung out with yesterday that were good.
Yeah, let's
good
do it.
fun. We had our buddy Andrew Oda hung out with us. Good to see Andrew.
Who the hell's
Brian.
that?
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew. Yeah.
Bryant Knight.
Brian
was on
Knight.
this show
Brian's so
before.
cool,
He
man.
knocked
I
out with
love
us.
Brian.
Was that the only audition day?
One of the
No,
coolest
tomorrow's
guys is
audition today.
Brian.
Sorry, today.
What the hell is
Today,
his last
today.
name?
Knight. Brian
Knight. Brian Knight, the coolest guy.
My brother, the coffee guy, came down. He was hanging out with us.
Coffee guy.
Hightower, David Hightower, DSRS.
David Hightower's weird, dude.
That's Hightower.
I know, and he's got to do something about those teeth.
That's coming from you.
Oh.
I mean, what the hell's that?
Oh, he's terrible looking.
Oh, come on.
He smiles. It looks like stones off of a beach.
Stones off of
There's a reason we call this the morning roast.
Now, man, now someone said that your teeth look like they trying to get in position at the DMV. And
I love that. Perfect. That's a
I
perfect.
can't say anything about teeth. Look at mine. I got horrible teeth.
Well, she'll be in Spamalot. I guess she will.
Well, we don't know if she got cast, but she was.
She got napped. Are you
well,
kidding?
well, no, but today's the second
And you know
day.
that big, tall, gay guy, the blonde, the old man that threw himself on the floor like this. All that shit.
That's a buddy of me. That's Tom Morris.
The other thing is,
he's a good guy.
That guy, yeah, they all look cool. I love
No, the
actors.
second round's auditions is today.
Takes a lot of balls to
Today's
do
the
what they
audition.
do.
Second round's for Spamalot.
So you have to be
We
able
need to
to
go out
act
for it.
So you have to act and sing.
Yeah, I don't sing. That's why I don't go out for music.
Anyway, what you think about, I mean, you could tell when these actors, the male ones especially, get up there. Thank you, Ed. When you get up there, see, that gives it a little class now.
Yeah, the fake flower added class.
Yeah, it just did.
To the whole show.
It did.
Yes.
And no, the guy,
Well, at least let's put it in
all
the right
the
direction.
old men, they're all so gay. Why do they have to be that
It's
way?
theater. It's
theater.
musical theater, Irving.
Yeah, but
Don't you watch
Shit.
Glee?
Don't they have some?
Musical theater, Irving.
I mean, I know that if he was up there, he's a straight guy. And then
that's like wondering why a bunch of frat boys go to Bottoms Up
No.
and the other foul play. I mean, it's just.
Well,
what
let me
happens.
just say this quickly. I believe that if Derek went up there, he'd look as gay as possible so that he can get the part. Because if he's not gay, he's not going to get the part.
No, that's not true.
Well, I don't know.
If you're good.
Did you see that gigantic guy? He looked like he was right off a football field. And he's going like this. And I'm like, what the hell?
Well, they say there's a
Be
lot.
a man.
They say there's a lot of homosexuals in football. You know, they just keep
just
it
professional
quiet.
sports,
They just
yeah.
keep it
They
quiet.
slap
Real
each other
down
in the
low.
ass.
They keep it quiet.
Oh, yeah.
With those tight
Then
butts,
they-
who wouldn't be?
Then they come out of the closet 10 years later.
Those
when they're
gigantic tight butts, who wouldn't be gay?
Well, I don't
You know, it's just like the basketball play, the women. They're all lesbos.
The
Let's
words
face
of
it,
Irving Martinez
every
are his
single-
and his alone.
Every
and
single
not
one of
reflect-
those female
does not
basketball
reflect the views
players
of Derek-
look like
Anthony
Butch
Harris,
McAllister.
Pathfinder, or Von Life TV.
So
Had to put a disclaimer in just in case.
So while we're in, I can't speak today. But anyway, so we went to the Derby, and of course, who won the Derby? A surprise, the same old guy who wins the past 4 years,
Yeah.
Caesar Salmonella.
Caesar Salmonella.
That's
Salmonella.
that's the name Irvin.
Cesare or something?
Cesare. That's the
And
name
he won.
Irvin kept it. Irvin started coming
No,
back
and I
late.
started saying it real loud, and his parents walked by. I
That
didn't even
was-
realize they
That
were
was
right
pretty
there.
bad.
Yeah,
Anyway.
well, they didn't understand me.
Anyway, so he wins again, and if you remember us talking last week on the show about him, there were some people that run the Dan Zook who ran the Soapbox Derby this year.
Yeah.
He wrote some choice words online about how it's kind of ridiculous that this guy he puts a lot of money out. This is
He didn't
Cesare
donate any
Varela.
money.
He puts a lot of money out to have his soapbox car made. A real sleek, fiberglass, just really nice looking, professional.
All he
highly
needed was a
professional
motor.
Car, and then how he wins, but then he never donates or sponsors this event.
No.
And this is a guy who has what, 5 businesses?
5, 6
downtown?
businesses. Well,
So he's
let's
usually making, what,
count
6,
him.
He's making more
Let's
money than
count
a lot of
him.
people.
He's got TikTok Room. He's got
Dolce Vita,
Dolce Vita,
Barefoot Tavern,
Barefoot Tavern,
Ginger,
Wow.
Cashmere.
Ginger.
and the club Asylum.
Oh, Asylum.
So 6.
And he used to have a club in Atlanta called Fever that I assume he still owns. I don't know if they closed down. They used to be open when we lived there.
Yeah, Caesar Salmonella is quite a big character downtown.
But anyway, so needless to say, their car won. The Barefoot Tavern car won again. No one was surprised. No one seemed to care.
Yes, you're absolutely right, DS. And because you brought it up, you'll be the driver. He said we should do our own car next year.
Yeah, but we need to put you in the car because the smaller person, the better wind resistance.
Are you out of your mind?
No, it's got to be a small person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
put like
wait.
Ed or Derek Barrett in the car. Come on, nothing against you guys, but you.
All right.
How
All right.
Howie
I'll go in
Hansel.
the car.
I
I
mean,
can
you
do it.
gotta
I'm
drive
not
it.
afraid.
We'll put like a big bobblehead helmet on your head because you have to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
We'll make it like extra gigantic.
Okay, that sounds
We'll
good.
make the helmet like a big coffee cup.
Yes.
You can see through.
Hi,
So
how
we have
am I
Irvin
gonna
like
get that
going down
done?
to the car.
Like Devo, a little flower
Devo.
pot.
Yeah, I'm the
No,
jockey
no,
because.
no. I know what you do. You wear Donnie Curry's hat that he made.
Oh shit! Perfect. Speaking of which,
Where's Donnie Curry? Is he mad?
Donnie Curry was begging me to get on his show, but I'm not gonna get on his one-man show where he sits there and sings with a horror. No.
Speaking
I'm
of
not
gay
doing it.
talent,
I got enough issues.
no. Maybe Donnie should go out for Spam-A-Lot. Donnie, come on down tonight. The second day of auditions.
He's not on.
Actually, DS photo guy says, I think the heavier the person, the faster it'll go downhill.
No,
due to
that's
gravity,
true.
Due to gravity and stuff.
You make a small car and then you put the smallest, lightest guy or gal in there and you put it in like a luge position. See, I wonder if it's against the rules.
A luge?
Luge, like you lay flat.
No, fuck
Can you
that.
do
I'm
that?
not doing that. Are you crazy? I want to sit the hell up.
Do that.
Lose.
Yeah, he's done laying
It
flat.
sounds like I'm getting shoved up on somebody's ass.
We'll have Irvin this flat to the ground. Irvin
Are you out of your
Irvin will be
mind?
down there in like 4.2 seconds.
They can't
That
hear me.
position even sounds
They can't
nasty.
hear me anymore, I don't think, with that.
Can y'all hear Ed?
Luge.
Can y'all hear
Luge
Ed?
my
Can
ass.
you hear me?
Say something, Ed.
Hello? Hello?
Can they hear you? Can you hear Ed?
Hey, do we hear us?
They can hear me.
Because
Okay.
77 says, yeah.
All right. Good morning, because good morning, Three Bears. DS photo guy, who's all
Hey,
here.
Ed.
Ellen Macon.
Yes, Ed, we hear you.
Is
Can anybody tell the difference with this concoction we made with the
Yeah, with this
microphone?
bullshit
This
box,
is
that
trying
does
to
it
keep-
sound
Any
better?
less echo?
yeah? Does it matter?
Echo, echo.
Echo. Hello.
Hello.
Hey!
Doesn't matter. Hello, you bastard. Yeah.
Ricola.
He says yeah. Sounds good. Okay,
Good.
so it sounds better, right?
All right.
That's the question.
So
I
I'm
got
glad
some-
I brought these red things in, and I'm glad Irvin and Ed fixed it up.
Cool. Well, speaking
Or
of
whoever
some, speaking
We're
of
frisbeeing
Well,
them.
I added this.
speaking of some
Right.
Yeah, he added
joyrides,
it.
The white part. That looks good.
And the flower.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the flower.
speaking of
I
joyrides,
added the pen
I got
and
a
the
news
phone.
story. Wait a minute. Where was I trying to find? Yeah, here's a story.
Okay, so speaking of joyrides and cars, here we go.
Oh, shit.
This is from Liz Fabian from the Macon Telegraph.
I love Liz Fabian.
A sleepy driver crashes into downtown Macon car lot.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I got news from Ed. 3 cars in the chain fence were damaged early Monday morning today when a 27-year-old Macon woman fell asleep at the wheel and ran into downtown Motors and Plum and 2nd Streets. Danielle Mason said she had gone out with friends after getting off her job at midnight.
Yeah, and got wasted drunk.
Yeah. She said, I had my radio blasted so I wouldn't go to sleep, and I fell asleep, Mason said. I was tired at work, and I guess I shouldn't have gone out. Yeah. Mason's
2020 hindsight. Huh?
Mason's Honda Civic LX smashed into a chain fence at Stanchion on the lot and then hit a parked silver Mercedes
Ooh.
that crashed to a Honda Accord about 5 a.m.
Jeez.
Both cars were for sale. The Mercedes...
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
There's
Mercedes...
some depreciation going on.
Oh, yeah.
I'll pick it up. Shit, I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah. The
Right.
Mercedes was damaged along the passenger side and front driver's side, where it crashed at the passenger side headlight of the Accord. Car lot owner Michael Sharafi appeared more concerned about Mason than his damaged vehicles. It's just a car, it happens. It's okay, ma'am, Sharafi told her. Mason was shaken up, but did not initially appear to be hurt, although her Civic sustained damage to the front end and left front wheel.
Did you say that was what? Plum and Pop? No, Plum and MLK? Where'd that happen?
Second and Plum
Second and
Streets.
Plum.
Okay.
She must be getting all hyped up about Need for Speed filming down there. You know that movie.
No. She needed
Racing-
speed, that's for
racing
sure.
very, very,
Yeah.
very, very
She
fast.
needed speed to
He
stay
needed
up.
speed to stay awake.
What was it that I wanted to tell you? There's something that happened in front of me yesterday I'll remember.
At Grant's
but it
or
was
at the
funny.
park?
Grant's. You know what? That guy ought to just like fix that place up for real. I mean, I know it's a whatever.
No, that's the personality of it. It's a true dive bar. It's got to look the way it looks.
And that girl was driving me crazy. Tell him about that.
What? The girl that was like picking on everybody, or that was like annoying
she was
the hell out of everybody,
awful.
wanting to dance with everybody.
Yeah, she wanted to dance with everybody.
What
You
she
met
look
her.
like?
She had
wearing
an Andrew crazy.
Pink hat, short kind of blonde hair. Kind of, I can't really describe.
Tammy.
I can't describe. You know what I mean?
You know Tammy.
She's a real fun person
She's
as
always
far as
there.
outgoing
She's
and
always there.
talkative, but she doesn't.
Yeah, she's always there.
She doesn't know just when to get
When
a
to
hint.
shut up.
It's like it's okay to, it's okay for her to have that great personality, that optimistic personality. But it was like she was annoying the hell out of Andrew. It's like,
And me.
well,
I had to tell her,
you
go
danced
away.
with her. I took pictures of you dancing with her.
She does a hell of a lot of twerking.
She got. Oh, let me bring that up. I just started my
Oh,
camera.
you got the pictures?
Well, I got pictures, but also I want to mention these guys because they were also worth seeing. And I took pictures of the drum line.
Give me the card.
Remember the drum line? Okay, I'll give it to you. Hold on. Remember the drum line that was going down Magnolia? The drummers. The
Yeah, the drummers.
They were good. They were good. This
Yeah, they
drum
were
line.
great. Those kids are fantastic.
Well, and the thing about it, they were braving the weather. We're out there getting soaked in the rain, and they were out there, and they were still just jamming. I love it, man.
And one of them broke his drum. Did you see that?
That happens. I mean, that happens if you're a drummer. That's business.
One of them broke his drum. That's
But
how hard he
these
was
kids are
hitting it.
good, man. I love good drummers. I love a good drummer.
They were great.
I mean, I just love drums, man. And I got some pictures of for Elizabeth, my daughter, of myself with the roller derby girls.
Yeah, they have drums and cymbals.
It's this one right here, Ed. And the pictures, they didn't come out that good.
How's Ed gonna download?
He can. He knows how to with his new computer.
Well, I was very optimistic the way everybody was responding despite the rain. Mm-hmm. I said, wow, we're getting a nice crowd even though...
Yeah, we made it happen.
We're going to go into that. I responded to, what's-his-face? The one that, Daryl Jackson.
What did he say?
He puts up a post saying, Danny D gets caught up and
Danny
this
D.
and what's that all about? And I said, I get right on his post and I go, hey folks, don't listen to this guy. He's a puppet to Lucas. And then I started going right after him.
On Daryl?
I said, on Daryl.
Wow.
I said, you and I are partners in this Junebug thing. Don't get caught up. Stay neutral.
Yeah.
You're not running for anything. Mind your business. This isn't your dog to fight. He wants to get in there now. And meanwhile, I got a picture of him with Lucas. So if he gets really nasty, believe me, I'll go freaking viral on this guy.
Uh-oh.
And there's already enough people that are saying, and I'm going to hit him with scripture, and I'm going to hit him with everything since he likes to talk about God a lot.
And on the fourth day, God created cannabis.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to say...
The words of Anthony.
Hey, yeah, put it right on top of
Derek is silent but deadly. He doesn't say much, but when he does, he goes for
It
the
has
heart.
value. It has
Silent
real
but
value. No, so I swear to you, I will go after this guy like a son of a bitch. And there is a letter that was
He's
put
going
out.
ham on it.
Now you wonder why people think you're like a rabid little poodle. Because your ass can't make up your mind who you're going after. It's like
I don't give a
It's
shit.
like 1 minute you love them, and the next minute I'm after your ass.
I'm after you.
It's like, does Urban have rabies today?
Well,
or
at
not?
one time we went in the opposite direction.
Urban
At one
doesn't go
time, you
ham,
and
he goes
I-
honey glazed
I know
ham.
we did. Well, we still argue and debate, but I've learned to accept
Oh,
your
okay.
style. You've learned to accept my style.
I love it. And by the way, you
but
couldn't
Dan-
get a better show than this show, folks. Be happy that we're not charging you. I'm just kidding.
Be happy we're not charging.
Gamer Girl! Gamer Girl's
I saw that this weekend. That needs to be on your campaign sign. Let's see those on signs around the neighborhood.
Oh, isn't that great? I love it.
That needs to be on your campaign sign.
Ed, that is such a good. I put it on my Facebook.
Good job, man.
You like that?
He posts this rabbit chihuahua, not poodle.
Now, was
I was
that?
thinking the same thing, Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Wait, was that Romney?
Or hairless Mexican
Yeah.
cat.
What is that Romney?
No, that's Bush.
That was when
Oh, that
Bush
was
was
Bush?
holding that baby.
Oh, that's funny. You like that, huh, Derek?
That's good.
That's
I saw it
great.
this weekend. I forgot.
And I'm smiling like this.
Make that a poster.
I
Put
swear
that
to you.
real big and put it on the wall behind us.
Okay.
We got to keep this little
I'll
thing
take
going.
some
While
of this
we're
shit
here,
down.
City Bum, if you can hear me, is there a way to save these videos recorded through the Adobe Media in a different format than Flash?
Now,
What's up, gamer girl?
How you doing,
Gamer
Hey.
Girls in.
How can I
Saduki.
contact you privately in a private
Hey,
message?
we got a new guy, Mahari Nunzak.
Nutsack used to always be on here.
Nunzak.
Who?
No.
Mahari Nutsack?
Yeah, Mahari Nutsack.
Mahari Nutsack? That might
My
be
hairy nutsack.
that might be Ed in disguise. He does have two computers now.
Oh, really?
Well, you never know. Ed could have an extra.
Yeah,
character.
I'm trying to
Give more.
He's
give-
trying to stay.
not do the converting because it takes so long to convert the files.
Right.
All right. Well, welcome, Mr.
So-
Nutsack. Freaking name. You know, I mean, where do these people come up with these names?
It's not that hard.
See, like DS Photo guy fits. This guy takes pictures.
Well, but
Saibuki, I don't know what the hell that
my
means.
hairy nutsack might fit. I mean, we haven't seen his
You
nutsack.
might- Oh, by the way,
Saibuki fits.
Harry Underwood is coming
Oh,
in
yeah.
tomorrow.
No, Longwood. Is it Underwood?
It's on.
Harry Underwood?
No, what was it?
or Harry Longwood? No, not Longwood.
No, Underwood.
Underwood. Okay.
No,
He's
Harry
coming tomorrow?
Underwood.
He's coming
in tomorrow.
And tell them who Harry
He's
Underwood
going to
is.
be talking about. He's one of the at Mercer
Mm-hmm.
University. He's the head of the LGBT, whatever that they call that
Lesbian,
shit.
gay,
They get
bi,
lesbian, gay,
transgender.
Yeah.
bisexual,
From
transgender.
Uranus.
Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he's
From
coming in
Venus.
tomorrow. Talk about gay marriage.
That's good.
The pushing gay marriage.
Now, you're going to be debating
He's going to
him,
talk
right? You're
about
going to debate him then.
his wood. And
You're going to debate him then. It's going to be a juicy show.
Yeah,
Because you don't really
I'm
agree
not
with
gonna
gay
debate
marriage.
him.
Well,
I'm
you don't
just
really
gonna-
agree with gay marriage, do you?
no, I don't.
See, that's going to be... See,
I think it's silly.
I would side more
Just
with
get
that.
together and hang out and stop the bullshit.
And have pencil fights.
But you know what? I mean, if they have it, I'll be like, you're cool, you know?
Right.
But to me, it's just like DS said. It's just going to make things more complicated.
Yeah. You could be
Possibly.
married without being married.
And no, and here's the thing. I know why they're doing it. They're doing it for the fact that they want the benefits.
Yes.
But you know what? If you have a freaking will, you
got
will
the
that
benefits.
shit over.
Yeah, you can make your will out to that person anyway.
Right.
Right.
That's it.
Give all my shit to them if I
Let the lawyers deal with it.
Yeah.
And if you really
But
want
they mean the part...
$1,000 check a month that you
But
get
they
for
mean... Yeah, that's
disability.
what I'm about to say. They mean the part that the will doesn't cover.
Right.
Things like Social Security, the will doesn't cover.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's
Yeah,
after the
stuff
Social
like-
Security money.
Yeah, but we're not going to have that anyway. I mean, let's face it. I think by the time we're in our 80s and 90s, if we make it, we probably won't have
It's
any
gonna
Social
be
Security.
probably over with anyway.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they have equal rights, Vorpalbite, but somewhat I agree.
Vorpal bite. Two figures.
Anyway.
2 figures to Vorpal bite.
Speaking of which, oh yeah, that I did see V for Vendetta.
Finally?
Yes,
You
finally.
never saw that movie?
How was it?
No. It
See,
was. It
you
was
got to
okay.
read the book though.
It's a
You sh-
great
I got to lend you the
movie.
book, but you better
Okay.
read it if I lend it to you because I don't lend out V for Vendetta much.
I like the guy's voice.
because I'm very very protective of my 2 copies of V for Vendetta.
What's
But
the
you gotta
guy
read the
do?
book. You got to read the graphic novel.
What accent did that guy have? Like
Who?
Austrian?
What are you talking about?
The guy from V from Vendetta. Yeah.
He was played by Hugo Weaving in the movie. Hugo Weaving played him.
Yeah, Agent Smith from the
You
Matrix.
know, Agent
Yeah,
Smith,
Mr.
the elf
Anders
guy from Lord
Yeah,
of the
he sounded
Rings.
kind of like that.
is a virus.
Which he's fine. I like Hugo.
No,
Weaving.
I loved it. I
some of
loved that
Some of
movie.
the actors were good. I didn't have a problem with the casting. You know, I mean, Natalie Portman's good.
love that
What's
mask.
his name as the voice? The big, the tyrant. Hurt. I believe who was Hurt?
John Hurt.
John Hurt.
Oh yeah,
was good.
yeah, John Hurt.
But I just
who
didn't
gets
like.
killed.
I didn't like how they bastardized that story. I'm telling you guys, they made V like Zorro. They made him like a.
Well, did they kill the guy that was in charge? They did do that.
Well,
the guy that used to come out,
you,
we're gonna that
Are
old
you gonna
man.
see the movie?
Yeah, I
We're
saw
not
the
gonna,
movie.
No, if you're gonna, you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, we're not gonna tell you. But read the graphic novel first, or the comics.
Well, the books are always better.
Well, it's way better because they changed it.
He was also the gay elf on Lord of the Rings.
Yes, and he was also.
There was gay elf.
He's the lead elf. And he's also
In what?
something recently.
Snappy.
Year or two ago. Oh, screw it! I'll remember it. One of you guys will say it. It was another big movie.
Who the hell knows?
He gets all the gigs. He gets all the good.
He got
gigs.
some. He has a really good agent. I'll
He
tell you
gets
that.
the good gigs. He does. I mean, it'd be awesome to say you played V. I mean, hell.
All right.
But they bastardized. They make V in that movie like a liberal superhero.
So when did you
He's
come
not.
up with that
He's
word,
an anarchist.
bastardized?
Because that's what they did. They
dictionary.
bastardized the story.
Oh,
They make V.
They twisted it up.
That God forbid Hollywood put an anarchist in good light, right? In any
That's
way.
true.
So they have to make him like a liberal superhero.
Whatever.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
that's not what he
Hollywood
is.
is a liberal city.
Of course, that's not what he is.
All right, we're gonna have some. We're gonna speaking of bastardized, and this is a real bastard of a story.
Yeah.
A 9-year-old Alaska boy fell into a deep glacier crevice. The state troopers say he likely did not survive.
Ooh.
Climbers descended into the hole and spotted a snowmobile driven by John Brown of Fairbanks. The Fairbanks Daily News reported that the boy was with his father. Well, where was his father? Saturday, riding on the Hoodoo Mountains off the Richardson Highway between Delta Junction and Glen Nolan, wherever this is.
The hoodoo.
They were about 5 miles northeast of the Arctic Main Classic, a race involving snowmobiles and skiers or snowboarders. The boy was riding with his father and others around 3:30 p.m., and the father took a break to watch from a hillside. He told troopers that Shannon, pronounced Sean, rode around a small mound, did not reappear. His father went to investigate and saw the crevice. The hole was reported as a moulin, a hole formed when water of a glacier surface erodes the ice. The boy was wearing helmet and goggles. The climbers from North American Outdoor Institute, an emergency room doctor, reached the bottom of the crevice. The climber spotted the boy's goggles and helmet and a partially visible snowmobile. Trooper spokesman Megan Peters said, investigators believe the boy is under the machine in deep snow.
Oh, that's
terrible.
It is.
Very sad. How old was he?
9. I think you said 9.
9 years old.
Because it hit me the minute you said it. I thought.
You see what happens?
I thought of my daughter Elizabeth when you said 9.
Not that I blame the father for all this,
it's just
but
nature.
if you're in a freaking glacier,
it's nature.
That kid is chained to your freaking leg. I mean, especially when you know your son. I'm not saying it's his fault, but he took a break, and what happened?
Yeah.
His son died. No breaks. When you're up there, you're with your kid. Hey, come on. Come with me.
Yeah.
Especially a little kid like that who's doing snowboarding and snow. You know he's got a personality that's curious and that's outgoing and that's.
Well, most likely, Irvin, this is something they did all the time.
Yeah.
And nothing happened before. Mm-hmm. So he thought it's business as usual. You know, he's probably taught his kid how to ride that thing.
Thank you, Gamer Girl, for that story.
2 years
Thank you, Gamer Girl.
He probably taught his kid to do that 2 years ago, and he'd been on that snowmobile many, many times.
Lord have mercy.
And nothing happens. But that's
Speaking
weather.
Yeah.
Well, wait, that's weather, and that's I've always been uncomfortable around water. I can swim, but I still am not comfortable in water.
No.
I'm not talking about swimming pools. Swimming pools don't bug me. But water. Ocean. When you go, I mean, you have no clue. You really have no control.
I know.
Over anything.
I know. Next thing you know, you got a gigantic shark
I
biting
know
your ass.
you don't know what's below you.
That's what I always
You don't
think.
know how the tide's
jellyfish.
how the tide's going to turn or what. I mean, so just like the guy that drowned out there in the Okmulgee, right, from Warner Robins, that guy,
Terrible.
got pulled under. And the Okmulgee's not really that deep usually.
Yes.
I mean, the Okmulgee's rarely even to full capacity.
Why did they change the name of that river? It's so annoying.
No, it's Indian.
Okmulgee.
No, you got to keep that.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the
at least we
actual
pronounce
name.
it right.
Okmulgee.
I've had some people on these other morning shows pronounce it Okmulgee.
Yeah.
So what?
Sound like some underground algae or something. I don't know.
Mulgee.
But also, that's talking about tragedy. Well, Brian might not think that, but April 15th, on this day, 148 years ago, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, well, sworn under the Constitution, died of a single gunshot wound to the head that he received the night previously by John Wilkes Booth. At
Sic semper tyrannis!
Death to all tyrants.
That's what he said as he jumped down onto the stage
And
at
broke
Ford
his leg.
Theater.
Yeah.
Do you guys think John Wilkes Booth was gay since he did theater?
Who?
John Wilkes Booth. Was he gay? He did theater.
No,
He did
but
theater.
he
He
came
came from a
across
theater
as
family.
gay.
Well,
And the
came-
men used to hate them.
Well,
The men used to hate him.
What man?
Like the men at that time. They didn't think he was such a good actor. It
Well,
was
no,
the women.
his dad. His dad was the good actor.
Right, well, and his
Who was
brother.
the better actor?
And his brother.
right.
His brother.
Who was
His
what,
brother lived in
Augustus-
New York.
Augustus Booth?
Yeah.
Or Edward
Yeah.
Booth?
His brother lived in New York, and
Yeah.
he was annoyed. He was anti what Wilkes Booth was.
Oh, he was anti-Lincoln.
Anti-Confederate, yeah.
No. He was for the Confederacy.
No, not his brother.
Oh, John Wilkes Booth.
John
I
Wilkes
thought you
Right,
were
John
talking-
Wilkes
yeah.
Booth was for the
Confederate, yeah.
He
But
killed for that.
his brother wasn't.
His brother was not. His
I didn't know
brother
that
used to
about
tell him. Yeah, I saw a whole documentary. His brother would tell him, and they kind of like split apart.
Right.
When Wilkes was arguing with him and said, "Boo, you're a traitor and all that. So the brother left him alone. His father was the best actor of all of them.
Yes.
The brother was the second, and Wilkes was a terrible actor according to everybody.
He was like,
But he was the best looking.
he was like the movie stars now.
Right.
He's not an actor. He's just a star because
just
of the
He's just a
women.
star because of right.
Because he had the Burt Reynolds mustache. He looked
No,
like Tom
and
Selleck.
the women were crazy about him. The men couldn't stand him. They thought he was gay.
Well, they might have been jealous, though.
Yeah,
The
probably.
men
jealous.
might have been jealous because a lot of times when all the women throw themselves at somebody,
Yeah,
the straight men are jealous.
that's true.
right. I mean,
Definitely.
yeah.
That's true.
Definitely. But what you really feel sorry, you almost kind of feel sorry for the Secret Service guy that was there to protect him. He was the first. How could you imagine being the very first Secret Service?
Pinkerton.
Pinkerton,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Pinkerton.
He was
group is-
assassinated.
He was
wasn't
with the Pinkerton group. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
talking about the guy that was supposed to guard the door.
guard the door.
Yeah,
he just
did a
he
real
just
good
I
job.
happened.
wonder
Yeah,
if
he
that
just-
was. I wonder if that was a relative of Chief Burns. Let's look that guy. Let's look that guy up. Or
Yeah,
Rickard.
exactly.
Or
What's his
Rickard.
last name?
Right. Let's look that guy up.
the pinkest. Well,
I'll
anyway,
break that
could
shit
you
in front of
imagine?
City
Yeah,
Council.
I watched that movie, The Conspirators, the other day.
Yes, filmed in Savannah. I got
Yeah.
some friends that were.
Anyway,
extras in
And
finish.
the guy who played Booth.
yeah.
Talk over
Hold on.
that.
Yeah, well,
Freddie
anyway.
Mercury.
He looked like Freddie Mercury.
The bodyguard of Lincoln. He just happened to go across the street to get a bar. Hey, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What
Would
could
you,
possibly happen?
oh.
Pow!
Which is
Look, there's a bullet hole in his
well,
head.
that's a whole other conspiracy.
Oh damn!
theory,
I am
right?
so fired.
That's
fired.
But that's a whole other conspiracy theory, right? I mean, maybe
Yeah.
he purposely left.
Who knows?
Maybe he was on the payroll.
Remember, nobody
Right?
liked Lincoln.
The guy
Everybody
leaves
thinks
the
that
door
Lincoln
and-
was like everybody's favorite president. That people couldn't stand
Well,
that son
some
of a
liked
bitch.
him. It
Some
depends
liked
where
him,
you
yeah.
came
Some
from.
people liked him, but even his own people didn't like him.
Not all of them.
Well, not
He was-
all of them, damn it,
No,
but
but he was
some of
loved.
them. Enough.
He was loved. Because a
Well,
lot,
he was tough.
lot of
He
people,
said, "We're not going to split this union. I'm not going to let the union split up." And he was determined.
This is coming
he was
from a rail
a quiet, resolved guy who was absolutely convinced that he could win that war. And guess what happened? He won the war.
at a cost, though.
Of course.
Cost him his life.
But you know what? It cost him his life.
Yeah.
But today we have an America that makes sense. Because could you imagine us being like here? All of America being like Macon, Georgia? Are you crazy? As much as I love Macon.
Now, Irvin, there's worse than
Yeah,
than
of
Macon.
course there is.
I
But I love
we could be
Macon,
living in
Georgia.
Alabama.
Yeah, that's true.
We could be doing
Go
a
to
show
Alabama.
in Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Okay.
Alabama,
I mean,
redneck country.
we could be other places.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank God for
Macon's
Macon,
not
Georgia.
so bad. It's just run by bad people.
Wow.
I know.
That's what it is.
And you know what? It's so funny that Macon, Georgia is like family, isn't it? I mean,
Shit, you've been here
I
forever.
mean,
Well, you hadn't been here forever. but
it's very dysfunctional, but it is kind of very close.
That's
I
what a
think.
family is.
Yeah.
They argue, they fight, they call each other names. Occasionally they tweak each other's ears.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
me,
Wait a
yes.
minute.
They
I don't
all
know if they
sorts
do
of
that, but
You know,
But-
did you see when my daughter and Heather and my son showed up at Grant's Lounge last night?
Yes.
For a short time. I wanted them to stay, and they didn't stay because I found out that from Heather last night when I got home. I found out that Elizabeth she didn't feel that good, but also she just thought it was absolutely disgusting in there. You know, imagine a 9-year-old girl. And let me
Going
preface,
in that dirty
let me
bar,
preface
I
this,
don't blame
guys
them.
and gals. You're probably wondering what the hell the kids were doing at a bar.
Yeah.
Because it was second Sunday brunch, and they moved the band from the park to the bar, it remained a family-friendly event.
right.
So for that night only, kids were allowed in Grant's Lounge because it was only the rain venue, because the band was
Right.
Yacht Rock Schooner, who does a bunch of like adult contemporary music.
Yeah.
You know,
And they can watch their parents drink and get
so
drunk, and they
basically,
would have been
I don't
okay.
drink anymore. But Heather didn't stay long. But basically, so they both come into Grant's, and you should have seen my kid's face because that was their first time, kind of like in a bar, not counting roasted.
You want to know
Yeah.
something? What annoys the shit out of me is people can't handle their drinks, right? I mean,
I used to be one of those. That's why I don't drink
so
anymore.
was I.
Yeah.
But now I realize how annoying son of a bitch I was.
Right, when you're sober
When
and
you're
allowed it,
sober,
you're right.
I swear
you're
to
the sober
God,
one,
I
you're
learned.
like, what the
I was
hell?
like, it emphasized. No wonder I was thrown out of the bird. I swear to God. Oh, by the way,
that
I
be your
ran into
campaign
the owner of the
slogan?
rookery.
Yes.
He said, "Come back. Don't worry about
Who
it."
said it?
The owner of the
Wes,
rookery.
which one, Wes or Chad?
Wes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the other guy's kind of weird looking.
What
He's got
happened to
those
Tim?
googly eyes.
Huh?
What about Tim? I thought he was.
Tim's Hummingbird. You're mixing places.
Yeah,
He said
Webb.
Rookery. He was kicked out of the Rookery too. He was banned
Oh,
from two places,
okay.
Rookery and Hummingbird.
And Hummingbird.
But now
But
he's
now
back
I
at the
can go
Rookery.
back at the rookery.
Oh, that's good for you, Urban.
Yeah, I said to him, he was happy to see me. I'm like, hey, buddy, because I can hate your freaking guts, but I'm still going to give you the respect to say hello decently. And if you call that hypocrisy, actually, I am glad to see you, really, and I'm just glad
Keep your
to see you
friends close.
squirm.
Keep your enemies
I'm
close.
glad to see you squirm, all uncomfortable, watching me.
While this little
I love
leprechaun,
it.
while this
When people are
lascivious
like,
leprechaun
"Iron
is talking to you.
What?
I said, while this lascivious, lecherous leprechaun is talking to you, he loves to see you.
I
squirm.
love it. I love it. Oh, how are you? Having go bra, you little bitch.
Wow.
Let me tell you, that girl needed a bra yesterday.
The
That's what
Delaware
was
lady.
missing.
No one can talk to her without her cleavage popping out at you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And she did that on purpose. I'm telling you, she did that on purpose.
Did anyone
no
get
matter
catch
what.
her name?
She
That-
wasn't attractive though, so don't you didn't miss too much. I mean, just because someone has a big cleavage doesn't mean they're pretty.
She
Well,
was
duh.
pretty.
But
I like
see,
her
but see,
face.
I think that's like nature's way of
Not
keeping
my
ugly
type.
people in the world. You know.
You think
Well, she was pretty.
You know.
Well, she wore what
I'm
she
just saying.
wore. She obviously wore what she wore to draw attention.
Of course.
You don't wear shit like that.
Exactly.
So in
And
other
no,
words,
and
so
you
she was-
notice how she did it? She had a big overcoat, and then she goes, and all of a
And
sudden,
Hulk smash.
And then she has her purse strap.
ridiculous.
Remember, her purse strap goes from here down to here.
Right.
And it cuts right into her cleavage.
Oh,
And her purse is hanging here.
Yeah.
So it even gives it more of an obvious, like, grand
I mean,
canyon
all
effect.
she had to do was do this.
I mean, but this
Before
is
she
the
went
same
down?
girl that worked with Dalaband. Let's take that. We got to tell them that. This is the same one we were talking about who was telling us all this stuff about Dalaband. Remember, it was her.
No.
Yes, it was. It was the same girl.
Are you out of your mind? That's two women. You're talking about what same girl?
The Dalaband one that was telling us about the 8 million.
Right.
Was the one with the cleavage.
No.
No, she was the other one. There was two then?
Yeah, there were
Because-
two.
oh, I thought you were talking about the
My
Dalaband.
God, you are so blind.
No,
I
I
mean,
didn't
that's
see the other
going from
one.
a blonde to a
No, I
brunette.
probably left then. That's probably when I left to go get the car. And came back to pick you up.
No, that girl with the big boobies over there. She.
No, the one with the Dalamon, who knew about Dalamon, who was telling us about Dalamon.
Right, she just had big boobies. Yeah, you know
she
what that proves?
She was showing.
The
her
only thing you
cleavage,
were looking at was her boobs.
I mean,
you couldn't miss. I mean, that's the one I said wasn't attractive. She was short. You know, she wasn't. Not that you can't be attractive if you're short, but she was short. She just wasn't attractive. But she was
she was like two boobs with two legs.
She was showing cleavage from hell.
But at least from my knowledge, usually the ones who are not that cute in the face, usually are butterface girls, but they usually have the biggest boobs. Yeah, they have cleavage. Yeah. I think that's way of nature.
You're gonna go to hell if you play with that cleavage.
Ugly people in the world, because if she didn't have the boobs, you won't be able to attract anyone.
You know what I just thought of?
I mean, if everyone was good looking, what would you need alcohol for? I mean, you know.
Listen, I'm so horrible. I'm so morbid. Okay, the cleavage from hell. You would fall into that. You're gonna need some. It's like the story of the kid on the jet ski.
Don't let your 9-year-old ride his snowmobile around her.
That's terrible, but you know, wildlife is a bitch.
But anyway, we're mixed up. I didn't see the other girl you're talking about then. I was only talking. I thought you were talking about the one that she knew about Dalamon. We told her to be on the show, remember?
No, the Dalamon.
We said, come on the show and tell us all your juicy details about working with the school board and all that.
Yeah,
and she was the one also showing her cleavage from hell. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was cleavage from hell.
Obviously trying to pick
if
people
I would have look like Pinocchio's nose would have grown in there, and it still wouldn't hit her chest yet because she has such deep cleavage. You can hide like a purse. You can probably hide a phone. You can hide. Tomorrow's lunch.
I mean, every time she
iPad.
Every time she mentioned Dalamon's name, I just kept thinking she was saying Dollar Memories.
Oh.
I mean,
What about the band where I thought they were saying F&U? Remember?
Yeah.
What were they singing? Pumpkin.
I
kept thinking
they were saying switching. We're back over at Washington Park now.
Effing.
Yeah. No, the song was called Pumpkin Brown. You thought they were
saying,
you thought they were saying fucking brown.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm standing there going, why are these guys cursing?
No.
Well, speaking of...
But actually, see, our audience is all over the place like we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was two different bands last night. We had the band at the Derby at Washington Park, which was the Bluegrass Band. Then
and we had the Derby Girls.
Later on, we go to Grant's Lounge, which is where they moved the 6 to 8 p.m. band that would have played in that park also, but because it rained, they moved them inside this place called Grant's Lounge, which has been around about 35 years.
They played a lot of cheesy 70s and 80s
Grant's Lounge is a dive that's got a great history. Allman Brothers used to play there. Leonard Skinner played there. I think Molly Hatchet played in there. All these bands played there. Nazareth used to, I think,
I couldn't believe they played Brandy.
Well, we had this band called Yacht Rock Schooner, which they did sort of an adult contemporary
1970s, 80s,
covers.
90s.
They did the whole dress and look, and they sounded great. I mean, they had the music down.
Yeah.
They would do stuff like Brandy, you're a fine girl.
What a good one.
They would do Steely Dan songs.
Like the corniest freaking song you can come up with.
But that was their shtick.
I had everybody laughing in the back.
But they were good at what they did.
I said, now this is about as cheesy as it gets.
Well, that's the point of it.
Hey, y'all want to talk about boobies and people putting stuff down their boobies?
Yeah.
I got something y'all think about, and all our viewers, okay?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Think about where your money's been.
Oh, it's been everywhere.
In the boobies.
In the string.
In the
well, you know what they say.
Yeah, and up their ass.
Well, you know what they say.
Crotch,
and I don't know if this is
somebody's
true.
Ass.
I don't know
up
if this
their
is true,
ass and everything.
But I've read a federal agent say this in a report or some article I read a while back. Some federal agent that works with money, Department of Treasury, whatever, said that any used dollar. Now we're talking about a new crisp one. Any used dollar, you will find cocaine residue on of some sort. Even if it's the most minute amount.
Yeah.
Because they say every dollar almost goes through the hands of somebody who's dealt with coke in some way.
Wow.
Whether it's been rolled up to use as a straw or whatever. Now, I don't know if that's true, but...
who knows?
Speaking of crime,
yes.
Just to end this first hour, there was a woman who allegedly uses spaghetti sauce cans as a weapon. Well, a bomb.
Wow.
Chef Boyardee!
Police say in Clinton Township, Michigan.
That's Clinton with an N.
Yes, Clinton Township, Michigan. Yes. Police say that 53-year-old Ophelia Neal faces bank robbery and explosive charges on in Saturday's robbery at the 53rd Bank branch on Harper Avenue near 15 Mile Road. Police are hunting for the parole absconder. Well, excuse me. This woman, Miss Neal, was a 430-pound woman who pretended to use 2 cans of spaghetti sauce and say they were a bomb when she robbed this particular bank.
That's crazy. Well, she looks nutty.
Well, yeah.
I read him like a book.
That's a spicy payroll.
Yeah, bitch. Alright, so let's just make sure if you're in a shopping mall and you see that
That's not
face,
Italian. That's a felony.
stay away from canned food.
Yes, I use Prego myself. I don't usually can spaghetti sauce. I use Ragu or Prego. That's good sauce.
We got a break coming up.
Great.
And you got something to discuss about our fellow commissioner candidate.
Oh, yes.
Because I have a video.
Yes. I thought we really
love
haven't
it.
addressed
Thank
that other
you.
than what Daryl Jackson said.
Is that, yeah, the Daryl Jackson thing. I can find it and I'll read it on the next run.
Well, let's keep centered
let me
on what
tell
we're
you,
doing.
that guy, okay.
Okay.
And that guy is really absolutely ridiculous. That girl said it right. You're a horrible hypocrite. You're this and that. She's like telling him off. You remember I read that to you?
Yes.
And then I'm thinking he's not such a bad guy. Well, I guess he is. I guess I take it all back. He's a hypocrite. And the weird thing about it is all of a sudden he becomes friends with Elaine Lucas. Next thing you know, he's putting up poster against Glover, which I think is ridiculous. So I hit him real hard yesterday. Don't be a hypocrite. I said, you're just don't pay attention. First, I'm talking to the other people who were saying, what's the big deal about that? And I'm saying, what's the big deal about that is that this guy is a puppet for Elaine Lucas. Right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's all he's doing. So now
he's entitled to support who he supports.
Please, stay out of it. I said, you're not running for anything. Stay neutral.
You think so?
Yeah.
Urban, you think...
I haven't said anything, really.
No, but you're running. But do you think if you weren't running, you would have a right to speak out about all these people? Of course you
If he was running, he had a right.
Well, you should have a right even if you're not running.
Well,
I'm not running, and
what he's doing is, honestly, he's really setting himself up to lose because he already knows that we got this Junebug thing and that we're connected in the hip on that thing.
Right.
So if you want any kind of support, I don't give a shit. I will not show up to your rally. I mean, I do it for Junebug. I don't do it for you.
No, yeah, I'm gonna be.
But I'm gonna show up. But if you want to get,
you better if you're gonna because you got to keep your causes separate.
Yeah.
The thing about it is you don't have to. It's the way I am with Jack Ellis. I'm not a supporter of C. Jack Ellis, the ex-mayor who's running again, but we have a mutual respect for each other because when we show up at the rallies having to do with getting rid of Burns,
we let him showboat.
He does his thing because we do have that common factor.
Right.
Is fighting justice and going after Chief Burns and the mayor.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean just because you see a picture of me with Jack Ellis in the newspaper because we're at a rally together, it doesn't mean I'm a supporter of Jack Ellis.
Well,
don't get me wrong. There's common ground that some of us have, and we all can meet on that common ground.
And that's a good thing.
But outside of that, I still might not like your politics.
No, I don't like his politics.
I'm just not gonna...
It's like Mo, Larry, and Shemp. You got Jack Ellis, Elaine Lucas, and Henry Ficklin. Nice as Henry Ficklin you may think he is,
I don't have a problem
he is a big two-face as well.
Well, he might be, but I don't have a problem with Ficklin. I can't, because Ficklin, and he might have done it for an agenda. I'm not saying he didn't. But Ficklin showed up from the beginning at these Junebug protests. He's like the only city councilman.
By the way, is tomorrow City Council Day?
Yes.
Good.
We're going.
Okay.
I can't wait.
But basically, no, I don't have a problem with Ficklin. And
I don't either, really.
I said that about him before.
I even said it on tape.
Before he bailed me out, I said that. Because he showed up from the beginning.
I said it on tape that he's the only guy that I would back up if I decide to drop out of the race. And the way it's going, it may happen because I just haven't collected enough funds.
Well, you got time. Today's only the 15th.
Next week.
right?
Yeah, it's only 15.
I mean, you got
which is
7
also
to
an income
10
tax day.
Yeah.
You know, so you got.
Yeah, maybe people get a little income tax money.
Well, I mean,
But
if you
I
wanna
already
get
have over $100. I'm $350 short.
Well, all
Let's
you
see
got to do
what
is
happens.
go ask a little bit here or there. You know, 10
I
bucks
know.
here and there. You don't even have to ask for a lot. Somebody might give you 10 bucks.
$50 each. You get
No,
10 people.
10 bucks from about 40 people. Have a little left over.
Yeah.
Well,
Campaign size.
speaking of the tall and the short, I got a story here.
Get it? Fickling the
Size
tall.
does matter.
Irving the short. The
Yeah.
tall and the short.
Yes, there was a study from Australia by Ruth Manuel Logan.
I love it.
Says women prefer a lot of things in their men, but what scientists in Australia are now claiming is that they actually prefer tall men with large penises.
You notice it's from Australia. It's
Daily
from
News.
down under. They're talking
Down.
about the penises.
Way down under.
Down under.
Yeah.
So the Australian women love it. Go.
The study, which appeared in the peer-reviewed scientific journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, PNAS, that's their initials, PNAS, was led and was led
Is
by
this the onion story that Ed sent you?
No,
Unbelievable.
This shit sounds fake.
and was led by Brian Moutz, a postdoctoral researcher.
Mouse.
Mount.
I think that's how Harry Knapsack works.
Yes.
Mautz. Brian Moutz, a postdoctoral researcher in evolution and sexual selection at the University of Ottawa, gathered 105 heterosexual women and projected life-size computer-generated video clips of naked men with flaccid genitalia.
Wow.
The 49 images of the men varied in height, build, and penis size. The female participants, whose average age was 26, were then asked to assess the bodies based on sexual appeal and gave each an image a rating from 1 to 7, rather than assessing individual characteristics. Another stipulation for the female participants was that they could not gaze at the bodies for more than 3 seconds. After compiling the responses, the researchers discovered that the respondents rated tall men with large penises as the type of male they found sexually attractive, even though there were short males with large genitalia who were also presented to the women
Now
as well.
this is a wing dang doodle of
They were not
story,
categorized as attractive.
Wow.
So how big do women want a male's genitalia to be? It says, we did not find an ideal, i.e. most attractive penis size or height, Mouse explained.
They like 10 inches.
The results the study
Too
results
short of a
directly
Most
contradicts.
women like 3.5 inches, whether it's Visa or MasterCard.
Ha!
I was making fun of Angel for having his Asian background yesterday.
Oda. Our buddy Andrew.
Finish
This is
up.
Yes,
Australia?
okay. Yes, this is us.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Oh!
By
Hey,
the
put that thing
way,
away.
do me a favor. Don't read the website on it.
Okay, after compiling the responses, the researchers discovered that, I already read, but the study results that directly contradict claims that penis size is unimportant to most females.
I knew they were lying.
And
to
also
their
hence
teeth.
That was
and
the doctor
why,
that got a small penis.
why
that
human
said
males that tend to
Oh,
relatively
so it
have
doesn't matter,
larger
it's how you
genitalia
use it.
when
Bullshit.
compared
It's
to
both.
other primates,
I think it's
the
both.
study said.
Yeah.
According to evolutionary principles, the researchers of the study state, our results show that the female mate choice could have played a role in the evolution of the relatively large human male penis, the authors wrote. The scientists also deduced that women may have looked at the endowed men as someone who could adequately sire a healthy child. Wider shoulders and narrower hips were preferred, a physical characteristic as well. The study, however, did not get into the racial background of men and
I
whether
was about to
they
say,
have
were
thick
some of
penis
those
size.
men Aborigines? That's what I was about to ask. Did some of the people they looked at, were they Aborigines?
You mean blacks?
Who are a lot of
Well,
Aborigines
dark-skinned.
are short. If you notice.
Well, let me just say
But
this:
they might have a long, you know what.
there is a country in Africa, okay, and it's near what used to be known as Nubia or whatever.
Okay.
They
The words
have
of Irvin Martinez.
no. Check this
Just
out.
prefacing
This
this one.
white woman goes to study out this tribe.
Yes.
Every single one
Her
of
name's
them
Jane
were
Goodall.
gorgeous, freaking,
Just kidding.
absolutely gorgeous looking people.
Terry
Beautiful
Mason
bodies,
complex.
beautiful faces, beautiful skin, the color, everything about them was gorgeous. I swear to
Look
God,
at
the
that.
women were beautiful, the men are beautiful, and I'm sitting there, of course, salivating on both ends of the spectrum here. Like the women are gorgeous, and the men
what
are
is this-
gorgeous.
where in
As
Africa
I
is
where
this?
do I go from here?
Where's this tribe?
This is in Africa.
But what part of Africa? Africa's pretty big.
It's kind of the mid central off to the side there, to that side.
You're
Africa.
saying it's in Africa. It's like you saying that there's a lot of gay people.
I don't remember particularly, but it's in the middle.
Broad state.
And unfreaking So she's showing the tribe, and they're dancing around like tribe. But you're looking at their faces, you're like, damn, good bodies, everything, perfect boobs, perfect butt, perfect face, perfect skin. Even their hair looked like it had little waves in it. Oh my
They
God,
had S-curls or
gorgeous.
something like
that may be where all the fashion people should go to find their next
No.
model.
I think that's where some of the
Find the next
good-looking
models.
men that are here come from.
Wow. Well,
Because they certainly don't come from Shaka Zulu.
on that note, I think it's time for a break. It's going
They're
on.
not all Shaka Zulu.
It's 9:13
they're
going
not.
on 9:13 in Macon, Georgia. It's 57
They don't
degrees.
have as big of a spear as you think
partly
they do.
cloudy.
Exactly.
It's partly cloudy in Macon with a high of 82 and a low of 63. You're watching the morning roast.
I'm going to
We'll be
spear
right back.
you, baby. Spear you.
Why don't you tell me about what happened on that day, too?
So pretty much on that particular day, a friend of mine that got back in town from Memphis, Tennessee, and we went downtown, had a good time, had some drinks, and while having drinks, he asked me to take him to Sparta to get some of his things because that's where he had been staying, or what have you. So when we were driving down 49, I realized I have had a little bit too much to drink. So instead of risking a DUI or instead of risking getting in any trouble, I pulled over on the side of the road. Well, not the side of the road, but I pulled over, and we sat on top of the car. We talked for his issues and his problems for a second, and then we got back in the car and went to sleep, tried to get some rest so we can get back on the road and head to Sparta to get his things. And I woke up to police lights. There were lights out, so we got out of the car and he ran our IDs. Mine was clean. His wasn't. He asked to search the car, and I gave him permission to search the car because I had no idea that I had anything in the car that would harm me, anything in the car that would harm him, or anything in the car that would cause me any further detriment. So after searching the car, he found a marijuana grinder, which did not belong to me. It belonged to my friend. He found a grinder, and subsequently I was arrested for it.
And now, you're disputing that fact. That's kind of a hard case to dispute.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to a lawyer?
I have been speaking to my attorney, and my attorney has been in conversation with the prosecution team in Jones County, and he has assured me that this will be handled to the full extent of the law. This is the first thing, and secondly, he feels that I'm going to be all right.
Now, in terms of this impacting your running for office, obviously a lot of people will probably have a lot to say,
Yeah.
one way or the other. What do you want to say to those people out there who supported you? What do you want to say to the people out there who are going to vote in the polls?
Well, the first thing and foremost I want to say is I do apologize that you had to find out in such a manner. The second thing I want to say is you know me. It's a reason why. It's a reason why you supported me. It's a reason why you're willing to donate to my campaign. It's a reason why you're willing to walk the streets with me and spread the message that we can do better in East Macon. I ask that you remember those reasons. I ask that you remember who I am as a person. This story, it may sound horrible and it may sound unlike me, but I ask that you don't use this to define me because that's not who I am. Who I am is Danny Glover, a guy who loves this entire city, a guy who wants to see Macon be the best she can be, a guy who knows in his heart that East Macon can and will do better. So I apologize from the deepest, sincere part of my heart.
Okay.
And I look forward to you. I look forward to you calling me. I look forward to you talking to me. I look forward to you asking your questions because at the end of the day, I want you to feel comfortable moving forward. This is not me. This does not define me. And if July 16th come around and you decide that I'm not the candidate that you feel is the best person for to represent you, then so be it. But I'm not running away from this. I'm going to face this like a man, and I'm going to deal with this like a man.
Danny, have you ever smoked marijuana before?
Excuse me?
Have you ever smoked marijuana before? Have you?
Oh my God, he didn't answer.
I mean, have you? it's a question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but.
But you're going to run it as, ask if he smoked marijuana then.
I mean, I'm asking you if there's any reason for officers to have believed that you were high when you were arrested.
You should have just said yeah.
And they believe that you were under the influence or something. I don't know whether it was marijuana
He
or
shouldn't have said that shit either.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you the
He just
question.
completed
well,
video.
we were not high. We had been drinking. We had been drinking.
What about the baggies found along with the marijuana grinder? Because I saw that.
That was such a horrible spot.
Now the baggies, I really can't speak to.
I ran out for office.
When the cop went, and that's all news to me. When the cop, you know, when the cop asked me or said what the, you know, what is this? He had the weed grinder up. So.
Okay, he didn't show because he wrote in the police report that there were baggies with them.
Yeah.
With them. So you don't know anything about them.
No.
Were they found in your car or in the bag of your friend?
I'm not sure. All this is new to me.
Okay. I mean the grinder too.
Yeah, well, with the grinder, I don't know. I haven't read the report. As you pretty much can already tell, I have not read the report, so I can't speak on to where he found it or anything like that. But I gave that man consent to search my car. Had I had anything in that car that I was afraid of, or anything in the car that would cause me harm, I have no reason. I mean, he was going to search it regardless. So I consented to that search. I consented to him searching my car.
Do you think that you should step down from the race at this point?
I don't think that's up for me to decide. I didn't put myself on this platform. I didn't. I'm not here because of what I feel like I can do. I'm here because I feel because of the people believe in me. I'm here because the people see me fit enough to carry their baton and help solve their problems and issues. So with me, with the decision of me dropping out of the race, that's something that doesn't rest with me. I didn't put myself in this race, and I'm not taking myself out of this race. The people believe in Danny Glover, and I believe in the people. So again, if July 16th comes around and the people decide that I'm not the guy, then so be it. Then let the people's will be done. But until then, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to continue my fight. I'm going to continue fighting for the issues that have affected the East Macon families and businesses. And we'll know what all happens July 16th.
Not everything that happens within any public figure's life is easily found by media or things like that. How do you think people find out about this?
I mean, I'm certain I know how people find it. My opponent is the way that this information got out. At the debate on last Thursday, my opponent wrote on a sheet of paper before I was doing my closing statement, "Where were you January 23rd, 2013 at 2:30 a.m.?" So I know this is all a part of her political games, all a part of her political tricks. She's not in the business of doing the people's work. She's in the business of personal destruction. So I'm not. It's no secret where this came from. The people in Macon know where this come from, and that's pretty much it.
And you still ran, knowing that you had this skeleton in your closet and that it would likely pop up.
Absolutely.
So why?
Because once again, Ashley, it didn't define me. It did not define me. Had I allowed this to define me, and had I allowed this to predicate my decisions as to why I exist right now, as to why I do what I do, as to why I help the people I help, it doesn't define me.
All right. And I'm going to ask you one last time. So you maintain that you were drinking that night.
Yes.
But you were not high.
No.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you want to add, that you want to say?
Look at that
What was that?
expression.
What you saying?
Ridiculous. He completely bombed when he wouldn't answer.
He fucked up.
I mean,
That was
Well,
not saying
I mean,
anything
I think
says-
he answered. He
says-
owned up to it. He
No,
said,
no,
"I messed up."
It took a while.
I agree. He's
Irvin.
high as a motherfucker.
Irvin, you gotta admit that guy fucked up. And I'm not talking about just being caught in the
Well, I
interview.
know the truth, and the truth is,
He smokes pot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
Danny
yes.
Glover, who cares?
Danny
But he won't
Glover.
admit it. That's the point. I mean, he gave away that he smokes it when the reporter said
And there was that
numerous
long
times,
pause.
"Do you smoke?"
That long pregnant pause.
That's the
too.
case where not saying anything puts the nail in the coffin.
I know.
They
Well,
always,
he
they always
has-
say
Could you
don't
see
say
that?
anything.
Could you see that?
I would just say
That could be like the next movie,
the
Lethal
guy
Weapon 5.
that he was
Yeah.
with,
I can
Riggs!
be fucked up.
Riggs!
the guy
They busted me
Cortez,
for pot, Riggs!
Yeah.
the
You know.
guy Cortez that he was with,
Yes.
I know him
we know who that
very,
is.
very well.
He was friends with Howard Hanson.
I've crashed in his house twice. But there was one night where I crashed in his house where we smoked. And
this
but
is
Danny,
Cortez.
but Danny
Make this
wasn't
clear, this is
there.
Cortez,
Danny
right.
wasn't there.
Right, but Cortez, you know, and he does.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Cortez.
See, that's the great thing about Irvin. Irvin runs for office. He's going to admit he smokes. Irvin's not going to hide
I said
this
it
shit.
yesterday, right in the park.
That's honesty as hell there. And that's what
I don't
this
give a
guy
shit.
should have said. That's what
Yeah.
I put it on video. Hey, can you get my video? I'll send it to you.
Sabuki was a trip to
Where I admit smoking pot.
about Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Is
What's
there
he say?
something-
Let's go to Chatters. We're going to you, Chatters. We haven't
He
forgotten
says-
about you.
He says,
Facebook,
pleasant,
me on
It's the
Facebook.
one
pleasant,
with me in
well
the brown
spoken.
hats.
When is he out of diapers?
Right.
He's only about like 25, 26
Okay.
years old. Danny
Guys,
Glover.
let's go to Chatters. We've been ignoring them through the past conversations
well.
about penis
I
size.
think Sabuki. I think he's Danny Glover. The candidate Danny Glover is
Oh,
about like in
yeah,
his
yeah.
Mid-20s.
mid 20s, like 25,
Send it on
26.
my Facebook.
He also adds,
Private chat.
and your problem with him smoking pot would be Irv.
No, Urban doesn't have a problem with
He
that.
didn't have a problem. Okay.
But the thing about it is that's the bull crap we're talking about. If we would have a new breed of politicians, and this is what Irvin could be. That's why I tell Irvin he can't drop out. He has to run. And I would have been like this if I did run for mayor, which I'm not. But if I had, I would have been honest as hell about everything. It would maybe kill you, but you would get a lot more respect from people. Because they would go, well, at least the guy or gal's not lying. The guy is willing to tell you everything he's done in his past, right? Which is a good breath of fresh air.
yeah.
But this guy just gave away what, like Derek said on the break. You didn't answer the question immediately.
Well,
You gave away your guilt. And then the woman had to ask, what, 4 or 5 times? And he's just sitting there dumbfounded looking at her like almost like his head saying, bitch, you're not supposed to ask me that. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? But he can't say that to her?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guy, you should have just
So
gone.
what
he
do you
should've
think
just-
gave it away? How was it that he responded?
He didn't answer.
It was a long pause.
And
about
then
a
she
good
said
10
it over and
seconds.
over. Have you ever? She didn't say, did you smoke that night? She said, have you ever? He should have immediately said, yeah, I've smoked pot before, but that night I hadn't. I just drank alcohol.
So no, he answered a question with another question.
No, he didn't answer anything.
Yeah, he said, so you're saying if I smoke marijuana or something?
Not at first. Not at first.
But I
She
mean,
said
he
it 4 or
answered
5
her
times.
with another question. That's in
Not
fact.
really. He just said, I wasn't smoking that night.
No. He didn't
But
say that.
In a roundabout way, he did. In a roundabout way, he did.
No,
But he-
I think.
Sometimes silence speaks volumes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I agree with
Exactly.
that.
He-
No doubt about it.
he should have been-
Silence is deafening.
Well, you remember on the show I've said the guy might have an external, aura that says, oh, this guy's likable and he would be great for whatever post he's going for. But the guy does not have
So
the
you
fortitude.
think he hung himself?
Yeah, he doesn't have. He's exactly proven what I said on here before. He does not have it internally. The guy is.
He
trying
doesn't
to,
have the stomach.
He's trying to attract people by his young, like Sabuki said, he's well spoken. He's a good looking young black man. He's not Elaine Lucas, but the guy inside is just as ratty as the rest of them. He's just as much of a rat as Elaine Lucas and all these other politicians around here. He tries to come across like he's not. And the thing about it is, he should have just answered immediately. He had to have known that question was going to come up before she started the interview.
Yeah, no doubt.
And any good reporter or half-decent reporter, when you're caught in a position like that, any half-decent reporter that knows what the hell they're doing, even in Macon, Georgia, is going to ask you that question. If you're busted for pot paraphernalia, you better believe down the line the question's going to come up, do you smoke pot?
Of course.
Or have you? He acted like he was completely surprised by that question, which tells me he's too young, he's wet behind the ears, he doesn't know what the hell to do with the media.
Well, he said, Sabuka asked him when he's getting out of diapers.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the guy should have just, the first time she asked it, he should have been prepared for that question. The minute she asked it, he should have said, yeah, I've smoked before. Or yeah, I smoked pot.
But I didn't exhale.
No, he shouldn't have said that. He should have said, I have, but that night I didn't. Yeah.
Well,
I
he
heard
said
you.
it.
Funny, Ed.
I
You
heard
should
you.
be his helper over there.
Yeah.
Hey,
So, Irvin.
say it this way.
Irvin.
I'm serious. That's what he needs. What he needs is somebody to help him. Unlike Lucas, who's got her puppets and her minions all over the place. Danny doesn't really have anybody. Who's he got? He's got that kid Garrett, who was the one that basically had all the pot.
And what's
But
Garrett? Tell
is the
everybody
one.
what Garrett is.
It's Cortez Garrett.
And what is he?
He is
A club
former,
promoter.
Well, not
Yes.
he used to be a former Air
Club
Force
promoter.
guy. Really nice kid.
Now he's a club
They're
reporter.
all good kids.
He's a club
believe me.
reporter.
He,
I mean, he's a club
he was
promoter.
a clubber, yeah.
That tells you right there. Most club promoters and clubs are going to deal with drugs. They're going to deal with marijuana. That's just part of that business. We know
That's
that.
true.
We know that. And he's a nice guy. I met him. I remember he used to hang out with Howie Hansel, which doesn't say much for him.
Yeah, well,
But, I mean, the thing about it is that big deal. You smoke pot. Who cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Let's get over
I
pot,
could give
people.
a rat's
Pot.
ass about it. I feel
It's
like
going to be legal
they're
eventually.
making
Let's
a
face
big
it.
deal
It's
out
going to
of
be legal
nothing.
eventually.
Now
Let's face it.
the only thing that did not do him justice was doing that interview. That was the worst thing that you could have done. It was too long, and all you needed to do was come out, say, "Look, I apologize to the people."
There's nothing to apologize for.
Listen,
What these
yes, I
apologies?
smoke pot.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like, and I told two people right in the park very loudly. I said, if I get in office, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to legalize,
That's not a
fight
city.
for legalizing
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
marijuana,
that's not a city thing.
and fight for gay marriage, even though I'm against it. So I left it like,
Woo, gamer
I'm
girls,
against,
Ibuki, move on to Macon.
I'm against, it made it look like I'm against marijuana too, that I'm just going to do stuff that I disagree with because I think,
not.
so I did a good job of that one.
You're not against marijuana.
No,
So, Irvin,
but I lumped it together so it looked that way.
Irvin, you're a trip.
I'm still a politician.
You're a trip. Anyway, so it's let's go to chatters. They've been going off and we've been ignoring them. We
All right, here
apologize.
we go.
Go all the way up. We got to go back to penis size and I mean, Urex here. What's up, Urex?
By the
Earl
way,
Skillet is here.
Saibuki.
What's
How you
up?
doing, Earl?
Graybeard.
All right,
Welcome.
we got Jews.
Donnie Curry's in the house.
Donnie.
Let's start back up. This show works this way. We didn't get to you guys earlier. Let's
All
go
right,
to
here
the
we
top.
go.
No, go to the
Donnie
top.
Curry had a lot to say.
About
earlier.
what subject? Penis size?
Oh, who knows?
What do you got, Donnie? Come on, somebody start reading something, guys. Just pick
Okay.
something randomly.
I'm trying.
Somewhere
but
around
they-
here is
they're cutting them off.
Well, during Gamer Girl says, "Oh, now the dreaded sip of water," where he actually stopped in the interview while she was questioning him, Danny Glover.
Yes, the dreaded
Drink water,
sip,
it's
yeah, like the guy.
Marco Rubio
Yeah,
did.
like Rubio did. City Bub says he should have played dumb and said, "What's a grinder?"
He
No,
wasn't gonna get away
He
with
should have
it.
just come right out with it, City Bub.
I think he should have just owned up to it.
What these people running for politics don't realize, and this is coming from a guy who doesn't run and doesn't like politics, is you need to change the game. You need to be dead honest.
A game changer.
You need somebody that has to come out and break through that barrier of the way
Absolutely.
politics is. You need the honest person that just comes out
You
right
need
out
me.
and tells you everything.
You need me.
If they like to wear women's panties and they're a guy, go ahead and say it. Just say it. Be honest
All
as
right,
hell.
please. And
No,
that's
but
a
I'm
little
serious. But that's what I'm saying. I'm using that to an extreme. But the honesty will go far. You will be surprised how many votes you get if you're just outright honest about your past and what you believe in. And these people try to be the opposite. They think that, oh, I've got to cover my ass by covering shit up to get the votes. You know what? You're going to lose votes. You're going to lose some of those votes from people that go, well, I like the young man until I learned he had some
He's a
marijuana.
good-looking young man, but he smokes
You're
weed.
going to lose it. But
As
you're
a
going to gain
man.
a lot more on the other side that go, well, hey, the guy's honest. If he's honest to me now, he's going to be honest to me in office.
Yeah.
And he's going to be transparent.
Yeah, Vorpal, I don't know what the hell you're listening to, but it's certainly not here.
What the
There
hell?
was never a moment that Anthony said I wear panties.
No.
All right. Oh, by the
But I
way,
was reading what Jurek Wildcat
you're
said.
trying to be funny, but you're just being stupid.
What's Urak saying?
There's a difference between being funny and stupid.
Well,
Remember
Jurek
that.
Wildcat says he
And
told
right now you're being stupid.
he told Randall Savage on 13 that he had experimented.
But I still love you, Vocal Bite.
Experimented marijuana in college.
See, so why didn't he answer that to that lady that was interviewing him? If he's already told other outlets or other reporters from the same outlet that he smoked marijuana, why didn't he answer her?
Well,
Maybe this is like maybe this was before he had the interview with Randall
This
Savage.
kid is humiliated and embarrassed.
Oh, come on.
And besides,
it really is a tough thing that he's dealing with.
Yeah. I found the story. We're going back to it. Where he says that while saying, "I made a mistake, I made a bad decision," Glover vowed to fight the charge in court, where he was arrested and charged with marijuana possession.
Be found guilty.
In Jones County. Yeah. 13 WMAZ asked for and received the sheriff's incident report Friday morning while checking out an unconfirmed tip about the arrest. We then called Glover, who confirmed it and agreed to sit down and interview in the afternoon. Glover said his District 3 opponent, Councilwoman Lane Lucas, spread word of the arrest almost 3 months after it happened.
Yep.
Jones County Sheriff Butch Reese told WMAZ that Lucas requested a copy of the arrest report 2 weeks ago.
Of course.
But Lucas denied giving the story to news reporters.
Please.
Talking with WMAZ on Friday.
How freaking dare you, you stupid ass. She's
questioned
lying.
how Glover
You
could
see what
actually
I'm
blame her
talking
for
about?
anything related. Talking with WMAZ on Friday, she questioned how Glover could blame her for anything related to it. Says, how does somebody who has a drug charge against him try to blame it on somebody else?
Exactly.
But Glover said, I thank her. For the first time in my life, I'm going to be forced to face this decision and live with it. I think I'm going to become a better man for it. The incident report of the sheriff's office says Glover was arrested on January 23rd at the Griswold Industrial Park off Highway 57. Glover announced his candidacy on February 18th. He was charged with possession of less than an ounce of marijuana, a misdemeanor offense that wouldn't preclude him running for public office. Glover said they were driving down Sparta after having some drinks.
Yeah, okay, we did that.
All right, well, let me just say this, okay? That goes to show you what a bull-faced fat liar she is. She's going around saying that she had nothing to do with it. You're a liar, lady.
Well, you don't know.
You're a freaking liar.
We think she did.
First of all,
but
let me just say this. And Danny said this, and I know Danny. Danny's a good guy. He's telling the truth. He's on the line. Okay, he didn't give all the truth, but he's at least trying, right? Let me put it to you this way. No, wait a minute. First of all, you're not going to admit to something that you didn't do at that moment. And I think that when she asked him the question, have you ever smoked marijuana?
But you should.
He probably did. But he's not going to put that out there because that's not the issue. The issue is whether he smoked that night and whether he smoked part of that blunt, which personally I think he did.
Of course he did.
But wait a minute. Let me finish. But for Elaine Lucas to walk around saying that she had nothing to do with it, when during their debate, when the thing that I was supposed to go to, that I never went, during that debate, she passed him a note. Saying, where were you on the 23rd of blah, 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 blah.
You know she did this? You know she passed this note?
Well, he said she did, right?
Okay.
But on top of that, the proof is in the pudding. Why, if she didn't leak it out to the press, is she asking for a report? It's almost like Anthony.
Let me explain to you.
It's almost like Anthony asking for police reports.
But I'm
and then
about
he's not going to read it on the air.
Right.
Okay?
But that's the difference.
The purpose is for you to get those reports and you can read them on the air.
But Irvin,
the purpose of her getting that report is so she can badmouth.
But no. But let me say this. Her intent was there, but what? Let's give this hypothetical, Irvin. What if she got the report, but she went up to her dear beloved David Lucas, her husband, and said, "David, sweetie, why don't you go to the media?"
I wouldn't doubt that either.
So then what? It still proves she didn't release it. Her intent was, but she could have got someone else to release it for her.
Not a doubt.
Which still makes her truthful.
This Daryl Jackson guy.
Which still makes it truthful when she says, I didn't leak it, right? She might have gotten the report, but she didn't leak it. So she's not lying.
Let me just say this.
She's
Elaine
in there,
Lucas
but she's not lying.
is aligning herself with a former Crips gang leader. That's what Daryl Jackson is.
Well, that's
reformed.
fine. But
reformed.
everybody's supposed to appreciate people that reform, right?
And he hasn't reformed. He's walking around professing Jesus and God, and then you get involved in this shit.
No, Irvin, I got to call you on this. And I don't know Daryl Jackson that well, but you can't say the guy has not reformed. You claim you're a reformed homosexual.
Whatever.
Are you a reformed homosexual?
Whatever.
No, are you a reformed homosexual?
Yes.
Okay. So we can believe you, right? Why can't you believe...
but you don't walk around professing Jesus, God, and unity.
You do.
Listen, I don't do it every single effing day.
That's true.
Where this guy gets on Facebook every single day and does 10 posts. Jesus is my Lord.
You don't think
the
he's
Lord
reformed?
And, blah, 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 and I'm like, what the hell?
He could be reformed, though.
Who knows?
You don't think he is?
I think he is. Honestly, I do. But he's still got a lot of street in him. He's still got a lot of street.
You're never going to get rid of it all.
What?
You're never going to get rid of it all. You know that saying.
Well,
it's like what they say about Britney Spears.
I respect Daryl for how far he's come.
No matter how much you try to dress her up with all her money and her fame, she's still white trash.
Oh, no.
You know, people have said that about Britney Spears.
Well, look
the same thing. He can be a reformed guy, but he still knows his roots. He still knows where he's from.
Well,
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that he still follows that way and that creed. But I think I don't know Daryl that well. I've talked to him a couple of times at the rallies.
All right, Jews.
He could be a reformed guy.
He says move on from this topic.
Yes,
you know, Jews, we ain't got a producer. Here's our producer, Ed. Okay?
And he's Jewish.
Ed is our producer.
And he's Jewish.
You know, that could be him, that son of a bitch.
That's just a mere coincidence. That's just...
Yeah. But no, we talk about what we talk about. No, we stay on the topic if it's going. I still want to address the chatters, other stuff. We don't want to ignore our chatters. Mm-hmm. But I just don't think you could say the guy's not reformed. Only he inside knows whether he's reformed, Irvin. Talking about Daryl Jackson.
You're right. How does today's marijuana compare in potency to the part of the old 60s? And we were talking about that yesterday.
Well, 60s, I was born in 69. I can't vouch for that.
Yeah, because there aren't that many weed smoking babies.
It was a lot stronger.
Yeah.
It was because
I'll
tell you
for
what.
all the new like K-12 shit. I've never tried that crap that they sell in stores.
My brother Edward Mampa, he's not even here.
Right.
But my brother Edward hands me a joint one day. He says, "Here, try this." And
What year was this?
It was about 1970.
Oh, okay. This is way back.
Somewhere in there. And I smoked the joint.
Well, I'm sure that was great stuff.
Next thing you know,
the 70s.
I keep saying to my mother, I'm in a dream.
Right.
I'm in a dream. My mother's freaking out.
How old are you? Like 19? 18?
Well, 1970, I was 8 years old.
He gave you a joint at 8 years old? Wow.
My brother Edward was like the devil incarnate.
Wow.
He was the... Because
I didn't smoke my first
I'll tell you what happened with Edward.
20.
It's just like what happened with Sutton.
19.
Okay? Just like what happened with Sutton.
Right.
My brother Edward had open heart surgery, and they didn't do it like they do today. Like they cut you up, you don't even see the scar.
Now it's so easy.
He has a scar that runs across like this with the little, like, it looks like rivets.
Yes.
Where they riveted his whole
Frankenstein
side.
technique.
And my cousin Louie, who's driving me crazy, I told him, don't bother me. He's another one. He had open heart surgery. All my family suffers from from heart condition. So my brother Edward had that. So everybody's being nice to this fucker. And excuse me, but let me tell you something. He had the whole family crazy. Where you got to treat me right because I almost died, and the Pope blessed me because he had not the Pope. He had the Cardinal of New York, Cardinal Cook, come into his room and bless him and give him his last rites. Of course, this kid survived. So what's my brother turned into? A devil. And so all the time, he would do bad things and he would put us to do bad things. And that's the way I grew up with my brother Edward.
Yeah, so this says the new strains of weed are much stronger. So, and then it says, so that's why it hit you so bad. You were fucking 8.
No, see, I would think the weed from the 70s and 80s was the strong shit, and the 60s. But they say the new strain is stronger. I don't buy that.
Well, because now there's chemicals in it.
I'm talking about straight weed.
I mean,
I'm not
no,
talking about all the
straight weed.
shit you throw in.
Exactly.
I'm against
And
all
with
this
all
chemically
the
enhanced
with all the
crap.
concoctions that
No,
they
screw
put in
that.
it.
I'm
People
talking about
people
straight
dip
weed.
it in
They
formaldehyde
didn't even know how to
and
do
stuff.
I was a weekend weed smoker back in the 90s. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
I smoked it a lot in the 90s, but not every day. I was only on weekends. Like, I was a moderate guy. I believed in moderation even then. I worked out. I had a health conscious, but I would drink on the weekends and party with my friends and my girlfriends. And
I agree, Saibuki.
And I was I would smoke it on the weekends occasionally. You know.
Yeah, no, it
But-
does have to do with the chemicals. First of all, I grew marijuana, and I was told the kind of chemicals. I can't remember their names now, but there's 3 chemicals they add to it, and
Not always, though.
in
There's
different
natural-
stages
yeah,
of growth.
But there's natural kinds,
But
too.
Saibuki, let me just say this: when I was up in Lilburn, this is not that long ago, I planted some seeds. And this thing grew to almost 7 feet tall in my apartment. And you could not walk 100 yards from that apartment without smelling it.
Right.
That's why I got rid of it. I got panicked.
Well, yeah,
because
shit,
I had to
you'll be-
move out of a house
you'll be
into an
figured out.
apartment complex,
Yeah,
subdivision.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm downstairs and I'm smelling the weed. Would you believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, fresh, fresh marijuana smell.
You were growing it to sell it or just for yourself?
For myself.
You weren't
So
selling
you
it.
know what I did with it?
What?
I broke it apart and threw it away. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And it was like a tree trunk, literally. It was about the size of a swish. You know what a swish is?
Yes. Well, Saibuki says he's been growing it for 25 plus years. Where's that? Where's that chat, Derek?
Okay.
Let's go to
so a little bit
Saibuki.
up here.
Saibuki knows something about this, I believe. We'll go to you, Donnie Curry, at Gamer Girl, 3 Bears, Vorpal Bite, whatever the hell you got to
Well,
say.
Saibuki, why don't you find a way to get me some?
And so Buka said, "Look, you fuckers, you have been dealing with a weed snuff for over 20 years. Weed is
Hello.
legal these days."
Hello, you're sounding like Margaret
I
Thatcher.
agree, Saibuki's right. I would say what Saibuki's saying. It's weaker these days. You're damn right. It has to be.
Because they're
I can't.
dipping it with
I'm
formaldehyde
not quite
and
as
all
old.
this
I'm
stuff.
not quite as old. I didn't experience weed in the 60s and 70s. Like I said, I didn't smoke my first joint till around 20 years old. And actually, to tell you the truth, the first thing I smoked wasn't even, you know what it was? The first time I smoked anything of that form was in Germany
Yeah.
when I was in the Army, and it was hash. The very first time I smoked anything
I
was
smoked
hash,
hash.
because that was bigger over there in Europe, in Germany,
Yeah.
in the late 80s. So hash was the first thing.
Hang Hitler.
No, hash was the first thing. I love it.
Hang Hasher.
Then later on, when I came back to the States in the early 90s, is when I actually experimented with weed, pot.
Hey, Saibuki, how am I going to get some of that stuff over here without getting in trouble?
First of all, don't say it in the camera.
Irvin, you can, Irvin, you can find it around here. You already find. And see, Irvin's got the Irvin. I love Irvin about his honesty about weed, because it's a
It
combination.
saved my
of-
life.
It's right. It's a combination of believing in something, which is fine. I'm all for that.
It
It's
saved my
natural.
life.
And also, Irvin's just like, what the hell? I got nothing to lose. And Irvin can always kind of lean back on the medicine purposes of it.
Of course.
He's a sick guy.
It's
He's got problems.
it's all in the
Irvin's
all
like,
in the
hell,
delivery.
I'm a medicinal marijuana guy, even though it's like off the street.
I am.
It's not
I
from
am,
the
and I put it
pharmacy.
on video.
Right.
I said I use it for medicinal purposes.
Right.
Because of my HIV, my open heart condition, just
Right.
about every freaking condition you can have,
Right.
I have.
Right.
You're gonna deny me the only
That's
thing
right.
that
And
makes
I love
me
that, because that's
F you.
That's the way Danny Glover, even though Danny Glover's not
Danny's
unhealthy,
not
it's-
sick.
it doesn't matter. People need to get over this and go, look, weed is natural. Weed is obviously better for you than alcohol and cigarettes, which are legal.
And
That's
what
why,
kills you. Kills
that's
people
why I'm
by
such
the
a
hundreds of
proponent,
thousands.
and I would sit there and gladly admit to it. And
But would you say that the
gladly.
reason why there's probably cigarettes and alcohol illegal because it basically thins the herd? To a certain
Well,
extent?
it does thin the herd, but it's all down to choice. My beliefs are, you're an adult, you make your own choice. If you choose to do stuff, you do it with an adult mindset. You know what you're putting in your body. You research it. You know whether it's good for you, the pros, the cons of it. To me, I think all drugs should be legal. Doesn't mean you should do them all. To me, like I said on these posts, you're an idiot if you smoke crack. You're an idiot if you smoke meth. To me, you're an idiot if you shoot heroin. It's just you. You can do it, but you're an idiot.
Well, here's the thing.
Pot is
Marijuana
not
is
bad.
like Marijuana is a natural. I always said that.
Mushrooms are natural. Even if they've got poisons in them, they're natural. Peyote's natural, right?
Mm-hmm. Wow, you got that much out of it. A mate of mine just harvested one plant and got 47 ounces from it.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
They train them like fruit plants. You know what? I think I'm going to start one here.
Okay.
As he just tells
I
everybody.
swear to God, I'm going to.
Good luck. Hopefully the birds don't.
Yeah, and the morning roast will be invaded by the SWAT team and the DEA agents one morning.
No.
While we're doing the show.
Can I just say this? I got a spot over there. Don't worry about it. I did this plant for 2 years. I grew this plant. And you put it with the weeds because it's a weed.
It is a weed.
So you shove it in an area that's a lot of weeds around it. And you put it in a black pot. Like the pot has to be black because it kind of blends in. And then you throw it in the yard amongst the weeds. And then you go over there every day and make sure that you take little buggies out and this and that. And you maintain it. Before you know it, like I had, a 7-foot gigantic tree with a lot of little babies around it. I miss that plant.
You know what I love about this?
I'm sorry, Herbie. That's what I called it. I called it Herbie.
You know, Herbie, I love it.
I said Herbie.
You know what I love about this, though?
What?
This is like the one case where you can be loud as hell about it, and the feds and all are begging to ignore Irving. This is the case. They're always wanting to bust people that are selling it, that are trying to be quiet. You play reverse psychology on them. You get loud as hell about it on a show. You talk about it, and they're thinking, we know about it, but we don't want to know about it. We want to turn a blind eye to this guy because they don't want to deal with Irving. You know? There you go.
By the way, that's the girl that went off next to her.
They don't want to deal with Irving. It's the girl that
went off on Daryl Jackson.
Ain't
that some shit? That's the girl that called him a hypocrite.
Boo Boo's mama or something like that?
The one on the left's the one that called Daryl Jackson a hypocrite?
Yes. Okay. Isn't that funny, Ed?
Well, that's a great picture.
You're amazing.
That's not her.
Yes, it is.
No, this is from Oprah or something.
I got it on Facebook.
This is
they all look alike. What the hell do you want from me? They all look alike. Jeez.
But no, you switching the subject here. You know, it's true. And then, you got me and Derek, who we wouldn't care. We would go, hey, it's not ours. We just come here to do a show. We don't care. We don't care if he's growing weed.
Because that's a moose knuckle, not a camel toe.
A moose knuckle.
Moose knuckle.
Anyway.
There is a difference.
Anyway.
There we go. Donnie Curry or somebody.
Donnie Curry.
You should, no, it's probably the moderator going, you shouldn't be talking about this on Vaughn Live.
Hello.
Morning Rose. Turn it on.
Morning. Who's this?
Donnie.
What the fuck?
Put it, Donnie.
Surprise.
All right, Donnie, countdown. You go in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, I respect the fact that you use it for municipal purposes, Irving. So what I'm
not municipal, medicinal.
It doesn't go against the people that do it for medical reasons. Okay, but my feeling about it is that everybody says, "Oh, weed's not a gateway drug. Weed's not a gateway drug."
It's not.
For grown-ups, it's not. But for children, it is. And I have personal, deep-rooted experience with this. My 16-year-old who had a potential to be somebody huge and had those aspirations up until about 8 months ago when he started doing the stupid shit. And now he's...
All right, hurry up. Jesus.
Let him talk.
Finish up already.
Wait.
Go ahead, Donnie. Irvin's in one of those. Irvin's on his rag this morning.
You guys, it's not just him. I see this throughout our society because our children is told through media, through interaction with other adults that it's just weed and that it's okay. And then they think that it's okay. And then when they start pissing away the education, it's the parents' fault.
Exactly.
We blame our society for the problem that we have. Those who, and I'll even say this much, you've got those who are on but the medication for weed. Your example, Irving, is legitimate, but there are people that are out there that are tons and tons of people who get it for stupid medical reasons. And they justify their actions. Oh, I got a card.
Of course, but Donnie.
So what do you think about Danny's excuse?
Okay.
But
well, what did you think about the video? Did you see it?
I saw majority of it. I didn't hear
Okay, what do you think about the way he handled it?
how do you think
Be
Danny
honest.
Glover should handle that?
How do you think
running
he
for
handled
office.
that?
I always believe that if you're going to run for a public office like that, you need to be honest.
Yes.
And
But-
beating around the bush, just like your senator that you had here the last time I called in, who loved beating around the bush and not answering questions.
Marion Paris.
Any politician that is honest, they got my vote.
That's not, but it's not going to happen. I mean, there's very, very few politicians that are honest.
The reason why I don't think that I think certain politicians need to be honest with their constituents.
Of course they do.
You know, the fact is the facts. If you get caught, it's better being caught with your hands outside the cookie jar than while in it.
Okay, Donnie, let me go back. Donnie, stay on the phone, but let's continue the conversation. But I have to address some of what you said before it gets away from me and you go into something else, and I forgot what I was going to ask you. I have to disagree with you about the gateway thing. I mean, I think there are drugs that are gateway drugs. Don't get me wrong.
For example?
For example, obviously shit like crack and cocaine.
Okay.
I think are gateway drugs. I don't think marijuana
crack is made from cocaine.
I think, or meth or whatever. Yeah. I think it can be for somebody who's too weak to not know the difference. But I think, of course, it's an age thing. I think, in your case, you bring up a 16-year-old kid. To me, your kid shouldn't have got a hold of it. Okay, granted, you can't watch your kid all the time. But the parenting has to come into play, Donnie. And to me, I don't think kids should be doing drugs, period. Any kind. Whether it's, I don't think kids should be on Prozac. I don't think kids should be on Valium.
Between 16 and 22 around him and smoking all their life. None of them smoke weed.
Right. See, what it is you let a child decide once they become an adult what they're going to do. Once they reach 18 and on, if they want to do it, as much as it might kill you as a parent, you got to accept that that's the route they chose. You should hope as a parent that you brought them up in those 16, 17 informative years correctly to where they will make the sensible decisions.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about it is that when my kids get to be adults, I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, Chatterbox is going here. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what kind of life they're going to have. I'm hoping we bring them up good enough, but they know that their dad feels this way about certain things. They know their dad feels about certain things. That, look, you should have a choice to do what you want with your own body. But the thing about it, you don't have that choice until you're an adult and you're, I think, wise enough and have learned enough in life to decide what to do with your body. I'm not letting you put shit in your body at 14 years old. I'm not letting them put shit in their body that the medical society gives them. That's why I'm all against Prozac and all this ADHD medication. I'm just not for it.
Exactly. And they give these kids all these pills, and maybe if you gave them a joint, they relax.
But I wouldn't give them that either. But when they're older, if they decide to do it, that's their decision. I can't tell them what they can't do as an adult, even if it pisses me off and frustrates me to no end. But as a kid, Donnie, how did your 16-year-old get weed, Donnie?
Because, okay, now I'm going to address what you asked before I answer that question because it falls into it.
Right.
Okay? The reason why I said it's a gateway drug is, as an adult, it has no play in that statement. Because there are grown men and grown women that can succeed in life and smoke weed. They are the ones that can
All right, Donnie, we gotta go. Hurry up already.
We don't have to
God,
go. I mean,
man, we're spending half an hour on this
why do we
shit.
cut a good conversation? The show's supposed to keep good conversation. We can skip the freaking story about Justin Bieber's stupid remarks to Anne Frank for another day. This is a good show.
Wait.
No, stop, guys. This is ridiculous. You guys always want to stop the conversation when it's a good topic.
Damn viewers. Ask the viewers what they want.
They're on this. Saibuki's on this.
Everybody's
Gamer's
saying, let's move on already.
Well, fuck it. I want to hear this. Oh, God.
Thank you.
That's bullshit, guys. We have callers
It's not
to talk.
bullshit.
It is. Well,
okay,
fine. You guys pick the fucking topics, and I'll sit here and let you guys talk about stupid shit.
We're going around the same circle
We're not.
already.
This is a good topic because I want to know what the fuck Donnie, why he thinks his child should do pot at 16.
Well, let him freaking type
Well, he
it.
was doing it. I mean,
Let him
goddamn it, we got
type
a phone number for a reason, right? Do we
you-
have a phone number for a show or not? I mean, that's what's ridiculous. You guys are acting like
You know that call costs me money.
No, it doesn't. Not if he calls you.
That call costs me money.
What
They're
kind of
charging
plan
me.
are you on?
They're charging me.
him.
For them to call you?
Yes.
Then why we have a phone number?
He's got to call him up and find out.
I mean, but Ed,
It's
I'm not doing a
$254
fucking
I
show
gotta
where
pay
you guys
this
are
month.
just cutting off the conversation.
I'm not cutting anything off.
You're like, let's go on. I'm like, no, let's get this shit going.
Somebody help me with the goddamn bill, and I'll let them on there all fucking morning.
Let me tell you something. I've seen got a lot of messages from viewers. Y'all need to pay attention to the chatters. That's
We
all I'm
are.
saying.
We are.
I'm just relaying the information.
It's not that it doesn't interest me,
But
Saibuti.
you can't be
It's
ADHD
like,
about the show. You can't go,
I
okay, let's
cannot
stop
have
talking
a
about it
guy
now. That's
eat
not how
up
it
all the
works.
time, just sitting there going back and forth, back and forth,
I
back
want
and
to
forth.
know about it.
Damn it. I don't see Saibuki calling here.
No, but he's
and
talking
spending a
online
half
about
an
it.
hour.
Irvin,
Why don't you do like
Irvin,
everybody
They
else?
don't have a phone number for a show. Don't have Gamer Girl send us a phone if you're not going to use it for the show. I'm not going to be meth in the morning where they cut you off and don't let you say your point.
Well, whatever.
That's what they do. Oh, okay, say your point, cut you off, and then I talk and don't let you reply. Bullshit. I'm against that.
Yeah,
I want
but his
freedom of-
reply is long-winded. Can't you just say, I don't agree, thanks guys, goodbye.
No, we got to get his
And then
background.
say the same shit
No,
you can
you're,
do on
Irvin,
the chatter.
you're just saying, you're picking on him because it's Donnie Curry.
If
that was Saibuki
because
that
it
called,
takes too long
no, if
to
that
make
was
a point.
Saibuki that called, you would have let Saibuki go all day long.
Yeah.
You would have. Okay, let's be fair to our viewers and callers. We got time, dude. We don't have to damn worry about a commercial break like everybody else does. You guys act like we're on a fucking schedule.
No.
We're not.
No.
We can skip stories.
It is
I
9:58.
can skip Justin Bieber's dumbass remarks at the Anne Frank Museum till tomorrow. Okay? I brought news stories. We can skip whether fucking the LA Lakers won or not. You know, that shit doesn't have to be gotten to every minute if we got a great topic going. And we got a topic going, and you guys want to just roll over it. After you talked about Danny Glover getting caught with pot.
Are you always yelling at yourself?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
But I think they might agree with me on the show.
I mean, look, Saibuki.
I mean, yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Skip the beep altogether.
If you stop interrupting him. When the hell did I interrupt him? I interrupted him
Irvin,
twice.
but you
Hurry
keep
up.
interrupting.
Hurry up. And then he goes on
Because
and
he has
fucking
to-
on.
because he has
He's
to
used to
preface
having
it.
his own show.
But he's
where
gotta
he sits there
preface
for
it.
hours. He sits there for hours singing. He sits there for hours bullshitting. You got something to say? Say it on
He's
your
saying
fucking
it.
show.
He's saying
Don't
it.
eat up my motherfucking bill.
You've got to
Okay?
get a different bill.
How's that?
I love that. Irvin, you got to get a different bill. I've never heard of a phone where the caller calls you and it costs you.
I'm telling you, you got so much shit to say that you have your own freaking show. So say all that bullshit on the show. On this show, make it brief. Make it quick. And the rest of the shit, say it on the fucking chatter.
Irvin,
that's why you have the
I
chatter.
disagree.
I don't need to hear Donnie Curry's voice for half a fucking
No, but
hour.
you're just picking on
while
Donnie
my bill
Curry.
runs up.
You're talking, but you need to check that plan. No way is a call should cost you money.
$250.
When was it like that?
What, you want to see the bill?
No, I believe you, but when was it like that?
This month.
Move on.
It was never like that. My mom's phone, when I lived back there at my parents' house back in the 90s or whatever, in the 80s and before, they never fucking got charged for somebody calling them. When did that happen? Do you get charged for them calling you?
No.
I get charged for incoming calls.
Shit, I would get
I
rid of
get
that.
charged $2 per call.
Call you make or call
And then I'm getting charged.
I got a
for
story
calling out.
here.
That won't work until after break. We got to go.
Every call that comes in, I get charged $2.
You want
We
to
can go. We can go into
You ready for
it.
break?
We can go into.
But let's just keep the show going, guys. We don't need like outside people tell us to stop the flow of the show. Let's just do the show the way it's going.
Exactly.
And he was calling. You're going to alienate your callers, Irvin, if you have callers and you holler
They
at
can
them.
call. I'm not saying they
Well, then
can't
let 'em
call.
talk.
But what I'm saying is,
God damn.
make it brief. I mean, you know what? Graybeard stays on, and we let him on, and Gamer
And
Girl
he goes
and all
on
that.
for a while. And we don't cut
But
him.
you get a call from Donnie Curry. You can rest assured
Well, we
you're going
know
to be on
Donnie
there
wants
20
to
minutes.
address everything.
He has his
Tomorrow.
own show.
But I don't give a shit. He does it on this show. It's our show, and I want to know why the hell he thought it was a gateway drug because I disagree. I mean, goddamn.
Let's go to break.
You know, we're not here to go to break.
You can't go break because
we'll
Edge
talk
is left.
now. Do your story, but I apologize. Chatters.
You apologize for me. Go ahead.
No, Chatters, whether you agree or not, everybody's going to have their own taste. But if you're going to have a call-in line that says, I suck goats, and you're telling people to call, then let them call. Otherwise, just get rid of the phone line and say, we're not going to take calls.
It's like a cell phone, okay?
Well,
that's the way they charge me. It's $20 a month.
It shouldn't be.
It's $20 a month, and then any incoming calls are $2.
That's bullshit.
That's it.
I would change that quickly. Quickly.
Get Skype for free, City Bum said.
Never heard of them charging for someone calling you.
Why are you using my phone, C-Flux said.
Well,
yeah, I gotta pay for this shit. I gotta pay for the cable.
Well,
I gotta pay for the phone. Man. Now, who do you think's paying this fucking show?
But you
Me.
But you don't pay for the call coming in. You pay for the service.
I'll show you the bill.
That is, well, I would go and not pay it.
He'll show you the bill.
You ready for break?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to break. We'll be back. We got another hour and a half probably because we got all this shit to fill up.
It's 10:02 a.m. right now. In Macon, Georgia, it's 61 degrees. Sunny outside with a high of 82 and a low of 63.
I go fuck yourself, Donnie. Go back to your one-man show.
We'll have a meeting after the show.
Stupid ass.
I'm not doing a show like this either, guys. We'll talk about it afterward.
We'll be right back.
It's not right, man.
All right, it's not right. He's got his own motherfucking show.
It doesn't matter. We don't allow people with other shows on our show.
He doesn't need to cost me $2 a fucking call.
Well, don't have a fucking
and stay on there forever.
Don't have a phone line then.
Then fine.
Don't blame people for your bad bill that you set up with Ma Bell. I mean, you're blaming the caller for the shit you set up.
I don't give a fuck.
Cox.
I don't care who it is. You shouldn't have set it up then. You should have said, fuck no, I'm not paying $2 for everybody calling me.
You don't like it?
Kiss
my fucking ass.
I thought we were on break already.
We'll be right back.
You're an idiot to have that service. Again, shut up. Parental responsibility.
I pay the fucking bills. I'm the one that has to put out the fucking money.
But the callers coming in don't charge. And if they do, that's the fucked up bill you got, Irvin. Have you ever heard of an incoming call charging you? Ed, have you heard of that at your own house?
The bill's
well, fucking correct it and quit saying that we need callers on the show. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Those bears trapped in the dumpster, so they put a ladder in so the baby bears can get out.
Oh, go.
There were all three in there. I thought there was just one.
Well, there was just one. The other two climbed in there just fast.
Oh my God.
Well, there was three of them. All three of the babies were in. Two of them in there.
City Bum, it's not a cell phone. It's a landline.
The flames.
Well, no, but City Bum's saying Ant's wrong. It's a landline, City Bum. It's not a cell phone. This is a landline. Earth doesn't have a cell phone.
As it happened right outside the 7-Eleven.
A man has something in his hand, quickly throws whatever he had in his hand into the unopened window, and the SUV's interior immediately burst into flames.
It happened just after 5 p.m. at the corner of Clark Avenue and PCH in Long Beach. Police say the driver of this Toyota 4Runner was sitting in his car with his window open.
When the suspect walked up to him, threw a flammable liquid inside of the vehicle, caught the victim on fire. The suspect fled.
A Good Samaritan helped the 63-year-old driver, who was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The 39-year-old suspect was arrested a block away. Neighbors tell us he's a known transient who hangs out in front of the store.
He's always here, talking to himself. I would never expect for him to snap like that.
Some residents told us they heard words exchanged, but police say the men did not know each other.
I heard someone get in an argument, and then when I came around the corner, I saw the cars on fire.
There was no information that they had a relationship, and there was no incident prior to this this crime. So right now, it just looks like it just is kind of a random act.
Shocking video of Lincoln, Nebraska has landed a public bus driver in legal trouble. Security video shows an unidentified passenger suddenly attacked by the driver after asking a question about the bus route.
What did I say about the next question you asked?
Come back to that.
What did I say about the next question you asked me?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get the out the bus. Okay, yes, sir. What did I say?
The driver pummels a man with more than a dozen blows, then drags a man off the bus and leaves. Afterwards, the 43-year-old driver, Troy Fisher, informs his supervisors that he threw an unruly passenger off the bus, adding, "It wasn't pretty." He then asks his supervisor not to watch the video and asks whether it can be erased. Fisher was cited for misdemeanor assault and fired from his job.
Ready? We back? We're back, Irv. You coming? And it's the morning roast. Derek Barrett, Anthony Harris, Macon's Karaoke Head Biter, Irvin's in the kitchen. Here comes Irv. We're back, Irv.
Yes, it's 10:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. It's 61 degrees outside, sunny with a high of 82 and a low of 63. Pretty much this week is going to be all 80s and 70s weather for the week.
Good, looks
with
good.
Wednesday and Friday with some showers.
City Bob, I'm replying to your question. Since when does a landline cost money to call? We're not dealing with the cell phone, City Bum. Irvin's line here is a landline. It's not a cell phone.
Yes, but I get charged.
Even they said on here, that's bullshit if you're paying for incoming
Well,
calls.
now I have to go to them and find out why my bill is $250. So I know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But until then, and I clarify, I haven't even had time to do that. I got the phone bill on Friday.
Right.
I showed it to Ed. I said, what the fuck is this? Why am I paying $254? Now, I'm already fucking subsidizing the show. I'm the guy that pays all the bills here. Okay?
Wrong.
What do you pay?
Gas to come here that you don't have
That's
to leave.
your shit.
I don't care. If I didn't have this show, I wouldn't be wasting gas coming here. Derek wouldn't be coming here. Okay? Who brings food? Who brings food to everybody more than anybody?
It's helping you to get on the show.
Who brings breakfast?
That's for you.
Okay,
That's
fine.
for you.
I'll quit coming. You and Ed have the show. Bye. You're not paying my. You guys
Wait a
do
minute,
the show.
relax.
No, but don't tell me I don't put money in because your ass just has to walk
I
out your
know
bedroom
you
about
guys
4
put
yards
money in
every
to get
morning.
your show.
Your ass doesn't have to drive anywhere, Irvin. So don't tell me I got to drive from fucking North Macon to here. Okay, I put my
All
time.
I'm saying is I pay the bills.
I pay the fucking money to get these police files
How much?
for the show.
How much?
Anywhere from $10 to $20, depending on how thick the paperwork is.
Why didn't you say anything?
I don't have to fucking talk about how much money I spend. I enjoy the show and I don't mind putting money into it. But this is a fucking 4-way show. We all do this equally. I don't want to hear that like everybody else pulls more
I'm
weight than
just
everybody.
saying,
That's bullshit.
I'm the one that stuck with the internet bill.
You
and
are,
my internet
but you
bill
wanted
is
to do it.
$254.
We can go back downtown to different businesses
I
and
have
do
to
the
go.
show.
I have to go
I mean,
and find out why my bill is so
I mean,
high.
if you want to start
you know
getting
how
on
long
the
that
bus,
takes? 3 hours, 2 hours
know.
on that fucking phone.
If you want to start getting on the bus and
it's
going
just
back
a pain.
downtown to Shadows and using her Wi-Fi or going back to Roasted, we'll do that then.
Yeah.
If you don't want to pay for internet here. But the thing about it is the internet connection there is horrible. It goes in and out at Roasted all the time. That's one reason we left there. I mean, if you don't want the internet connection, you can't afford it, we understand. Take it down.
Donnie, if you're going to be mad-mouthing me on my show, go back to your show, your one-man show. Literally.
Our show, Irvin. You get
His one-man show.
No, you said my show. You're getting a little too big for
It's
your
my
britches.
show in my mind
It's
as
not.
well.
Well, it's
It's
our
your show.
No,
It's my
but
show.
I never say it's
your
my show. I say it's our show.
All right, well.
I treat it as a group.
Sorry, our show.
It's a collective.
I'm
It
taking
should be a collective.
It is a collective.
It should be a collective.
It is.
Right.
But speaking of jaw-jacking, I got a star right here.
There you go.
Way to jump in.
150. There is a $150,000 settlement reached for a Pulaski County man arrested for cursing out trooper. By Becky Person from the Macon Telegraph, a Pulaski County man is receiving a $150,000 settlement from the state after he was arrested for cursing a state trooper, an attorney says. The 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals previously found that the speech of Lawrence Miranda was protected, says Charles E. Cox Jr., a Macon attorney representing Miranda. But the issue of liability was left to a jury trial in federal court in Macon, Cox said. That jury trial is scheduled for Monday, today. But the case went into arbitration and the $150,000 settlement was reached, Cox said. On Thursday, Cox filed a federal court a stipulation of dismissal of the lawsuit with prejudice, court records show. This is a dismissal of a case based on arbitration that prohibits the person who files the lawsuit from bringing further legal action on the same matter. This dismissal comes the final judgment in the case. The notice states the parties in the lawsuit bear their own costs.
Amen. See, I thought that from the get-go. Freedom of speech. You should be able to call a cop, a judge, anything you want ever. And they should not be able to do shit to you.
Also, in other news,
because freedom of speech.
Also, in other news,
this guy's getting $150,000. Amen.
Yes.
Give me some of it, brother. Take me out to dinner.
Yeah, give me like $5,000 to pay off my credit cards.
I don't want that much. Just take me to dinner. And I'll applaud you the whole time. That this guy cussed out a cop. Good for him. I agree. Yeah. I've always agreed with that. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, in other news, there was another file suit in federal court back in July 13th. That was accused a Warner Robins man that was shot in the back who settles for $20,000.
So he's getting money.
Yes.
So why was he shot in the back? Besides, he was obviously running from the cops.
Let's see. It says Miranda asked if the ticket was justified, and he said absolutely. Then Miranda called Tabor a curse word and walked away. The lawsuit states, and then Tabor arrested Miranda for felony obstruction of an officer, cuffed him, and took him to jail. And that charge was later dismissed. Then, according to federal documents, Mackie Wiggins of Warner Robins received a settlement of $20,000 for statutory costs and attorney fees. Wiggins' lawsuit was filed about a car and a foot chase on July 24th, 2010. Tabor allegedly used deadly force by discharging a service weapon in no less than 3 times, striking plaintiff at least once in the back as he fled on foot. This was the same guy who got cussed out by Miranda.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
So this is another bad cop anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a cop that's got issues.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
so this cop is responsible for two suits in which the city had to pay money out.
Yes.
Damn. This cop, they better get rid of him.
Oh,
He's costing money.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What Three Bears say over there, Irvin? You said thank you,
She said that she has a cell phone connected to her Kroger's card, which is awesome. We don't need this phone. What we need is a phone. A cell phone that's free. Unlimited calls. Unlimited this. Unlimited that. The problem is that I thought it was going to be cheaper to do it this way, but obviously it's not.
Right.
So we got to figure out a way to get a phone, where it's cheap. Now, thank God for Gamer Girl who sent us his phone, and I'm grateful for it. But this landline bullshit here in Macon, Georgia is bullshit.
See, I never heard of that being that way.
I'll show you the call. And guess what?
That's ridiculous.
A lot of the calls that Ed was doing, calling people back when they call and we miss the call and calling back, you know how much that is?
Oh, I know that charge is.
That's $2.
But I know when you star 69, that's a charge.
That was a charge.
Star 69.
Every single time I called up.
You guys should have known that.
Every single time I called
But a call here shouldn't cost money.
Oh, I love that.
I know,
every single
I know Star
time
69
I called up.
Star 67 costs also.
Check this out. $25 in calls for calling up information.
Yeah, information costs.
$16 in calls.
All that costs. I thought you knew that.
And $28 in some freaking tax.
Calling in shouldn't cost.
Call return was like what, $2?
Yeah, I knew that cost.
It's $5 a month to pay for it. And it's unlimited.
But you shouldn't do the return call thing. But a call in shouldn't cost anything.
It's caller ID.
We didn't know. He didn't know. I didn't know.
Call blocking to anonymous callers.
Right.
And that be worth not prank callers.
Metro PCS is north of Macon, north of Atlanta. From Atlanta up north. We have Cricket, which is the same company.
We got some new chatters out there.
What's up? Welcome to the Morning Roast.
Welcome King Friday the 13th.
If you just checked it out and you got in the middle of us fighting, that's what we do sometimes on here. We holler at each other. We debate. We argue.
By the way, we got Shorty Brave. I wonder if he's...
My hairy nutsack.
Yeah. And then, wait a minute. There was another guy that was on here that was Booty Guy. That Booty Guy.
Booty was one of our words last week.
The Bucci guy.
Vinny Bucci?
No.
Vinny Bucci's up?
Something Vinny.
That might be Vinny Bucci.
Short Vinny or short.
Gabriel Girl says, do you guys have... Okay, you already asked that. I'm pulling an Irvin. I'm doing it like 50 seconds later. Where are the links to these stories, King Friday asks? Well, the only stories we talked about so far is District 3 candidate Danny Glover here in Macon, Georgia, running against incumbent Lane Lucas, was caught with a guy with marijuana and paraphernalia in his car.
And she's making a big deal out of it.
So
he's talking about marijuana.
He's got to backtrack and kind of spin the wheel and wag the tail, so to speak. And we basically just are saying that he should just be honest as hell.
Yeah, no, not the Danny Glover.
No, it's
this is
young
Danny
black
D.
kid here.
He's got the same name.
Yeah, this local one's not a lethal weapon.
Yeah,
he's just
he was a buzzed weapon.
He's just kind of inexperienced.
He was a
actually the thing that Danny's got going for him is that he is a bit of an eloquent guy, but
he's went behind the
he's
ears.
very fake in the way he comes across sometimes.
He doesn't know. He's taken politics as the cliche he grew up to know it is.
Yeah.
He's acting like the stereotypical politician almost because
bullshit.
It's almost like he read a book,
Somewhat.
Politics for Idiots or something, and he's
It's
following
like
it
this photo
verbatim.
guy. He got caught past the left-hand side.
Yeah. Hey, Derek, I apologize for all this bullshit. I'm apologizing because we put Derek through hell.
Derek's
in between us.
Derek's
and
used
his
to.
fucking ears got to be ringing.
Well, I wish Derek would sometimes jump in with his opinion on it. But Derek's like, I'm just going to sit here.
Well, there's just
I mean, don't you think if we have a phone, we should use it?
Don't start another
But that's just
argument.
nothing. That's just. I mean, it's beating a dead horse. I mean,
Yeah,
thank you. We already see.
We'll talk about it.
I just like that conversation.
We'll have an after.
But I just hate that we
show
stop the conversation on the weed and all
Derek
that.
has class. You're right. We'll talk about it
And we
after
don't.
the show.
I've got no class.
And we'll, we'll
I'm
straighten it
out
out.
of
We're fine. And remember, folks,
Like
remember, if we can get along, you can get along.
That's right.
Yes.
That's really what we're showing here. That we can disagree. And Donnie, I know you're a little thin-skinned, but I will tell you something. I love that you call the show. I really do. I'm glad that you call the show. It's just the amount of time that you spend on that phone. Can't you make your point across and move on? But no, you want to engage Anthony, who we can't even shut up half the time. And the next thing you know, it's the Anthony show.
No,
and that's part of the problem.
It's a talk show. I want to
Let's be honest here.
I want to yap.
Okay.
Where is it?
Oh, by the way,
where's the teeth? Yeah. I want to yap. It's a yap show.
Right?
Okay.
We're supposed to yap. We're supposed to hum.
Blame Anthony. Exactly, Walpole.
See, I said it to him earlier.
And I told that to Donnie. And if you didn't get the message, then that's the message. Just don't engage Anthony in long-winded discussion because we're going to sit here staring
What
at
if he engages you? You don't turn down engagement. You want to go on for 5 minutes.
I got better information here.
Go.
Got a message on our page that the NAACP President Gwen Westbrook has a meeting today at 5 p.m. at City Hall.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. City Council meeting.
I saw that.
Oh, today?
She did ask us to post that. Thank you, Ed. It was
And
on the
I'm sending Derek
Facebook.
another message.
There's a meeting today?
Well, not with us, with the NAACP president.
Oh, we got to go.
I don't know if we're invited. She did. I wrote it right here. Ed did it, but I wrote it down.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I got another one. Ed reminds me. I got another one off the same page. Cheryl Davis is putting together
That was something he just posted.
a rally on the National Day of Prayer.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're
May
doing that on
2nd.
Sunday.
Well, this May 2nd, 2013, Sammy Davis Jr.'s sister, Cheryl Davis, is going to have a rally and the call for the ousting of Chief Burns and Mayor Rickert.
Absolutely.
On the National Day of Prayer on May 2nd at 11 a.m. and wants us to be there. We will be there, and she wanted us to get it out.
And that's what I'm going to be talking about the mayor. Hey, Donnie,
Thank you, Ed.
listen, you thank God for people like me, okay? You should. Because no matter
Pat Irvin on the
Donnie, I swear to God, let's mute him.
I love your modesty.
I'm not going to have him curse me out.
Why? Can I curse you out?
Ah, fuck you. Fuck you, Donnie. Don't mean shit to me.
Fuck you, Armin.
I got another message from Ed from the Facebook page.
Do it.
I guess it's from a message from Danny Glover. Good morning and thank you to my family, friends, and supporters for your unyielding support throughout the turbulent times. These turbulent times.
Sounds like a politician.
I apologize to the public who I promised better. I do not believe that politics in the long run is about individuals. It's about ideas, the public good, and doing what is best for the city of Macon-Bibb and the constituents of District 3. I hope that you would judge me on my commitment to making Macon-Bibb a better place and as a dedicated public servant, not only by my mistakes. I look forward to continuing to address and offering solutions to the real issues that affect District 3 families and businesses. Humbly, Danny D. Glover.
Yeah, why? Sounds like another boring politician.
By the way, I don't put up the Danny Curry show. That is Ed. Talk to Ed about that. Get mad at Ed.
Same old shit, Danny Glover. See, this guy's just the same old crap. He's trying to act like he's going to come in there with new blood and he's going to make things away, and he's not going to do anything but continue the old shit.
Yeah.
If he even won. He's not going to do anything, guys.
He's not going to win.
But if he did, he's not going to change anything.
Hey, you know what? I just thought about something. You can get a free
He's
Obama
not going to
phone.
win. What?
You can get a free Obama phone.
Where?
You
Where?
qualify.
Yeah, yeah, they always give those out. You see them set up in parking lots on weekends. Yeah.
Well, we got to get another
But we've already
phone.
tried those phones, and those suck on the
My
callers.
bill is over the limit.
I know, but those calls from those cell phones are horrible on this show. We did that at first, remember? We couldn't hear a damn thing.
That's his phone. That's his phone.
That shit didn't
Yes,
work.
C-Flug, that Danny Glover, the one that is running for Bibb County Commission.
Okay.
His phone was one.
I thought his was an Obama phone the first time.
Mine, I don't get enough minutes, but
Cox Cable.
if you just
It's
got
part of
it
the
to use
cable
for the
service.
show, it would be
But anyway, back to this topic. Danny Glover's just...
He's not an actor for King Friday.
He's just
He
being
is
funny.
a guy
Just
that
ignore
lives
him.
in our city with the same
He's
name.
trying to be funny. Ignore King
Glover's
Friday.
a big name.
But, you know, the guy should have just... He could have set the precedent. He could have set the precedent with this. He could have admitted to it. Said, yeah.
He could have owned up to it like he said. I'm going to
he's
own
not.
up to it like a man. And then deny that he smoked.
I think that's why a lot of people didn't want me to run. I had people told me I should run, but they knew that I would have shook it up big time because I would have admitted anything that they pulled up on me. I would have proudly admitted
too.
it. I would have proudly admitted my past. I would have said, yeah, let's talk about it. You know, you want to see it? You know, I would have said, let's
I
move
put
on
my
to the
shit
real
on
issues.
video. Ed, pull
They
up
wouldn't
one of
have
my
liked
video,
me because
please.
they wouldn't have got me squirming.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to transfer.
They wouldn't have got me squirming. They wouldn't have liked that because I wouldn't squirm. They want these people to squirm on camera, get caught doing stuff with their hand in the cookie jar, and they want to call them out. And I don't play that game. But that being said, I just don't have time to deal with those people and hang around those people because they're all parasites. I mean, they are. That's why I don't want to be around politicians.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is Danny should have owned up to it completely. He would be in not the hot water that he is.
Yes.
And
It's been a very unfunny weekend, but speaking of which, that's of lack of funniness, a lack of comedy.
Yes.
Has some news about the groundbreaking improv comic Jonathan Winters.
Yeah.
Comedian Jonathan Winters, whose breakneck improvisations inspired Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, and many others, has died at the age of 87.
And he wanted to live a long time. He said, I want to die an old man. He did.
Well, yes, he did. Longtime family friend Joe Petro III says the Ohio native, he's from Three Bears' home state, died Thursday evening from his Montecito, California home of natural causes. Winters was a master of improvisational comedy with a grab bag of eccentric personalities and facial expressions. Characters such as the dirty old lady Maud Frickert were based on people's Winters knew growing up in Ohio. Was he on Laughing for a while? I think. But anyway.
Was he on Laughing?
Some of those 70s shows. But in the mid-1950s, Jonathan Winters Show pioneered the then new videotape technology on to do stunts and doing stunts and showing up two characters on screen together. Wow. And he was introduced to millions of new fans in 1981 as the son of Robin Williams' goofball alien in the final season of ABC's Mork and Mindy. If anyone remember that, because in where the planet where Mork is from, they age backwards. So they come out as a grown man. They come out and they leave the world as a blubbering baby. So hats off, and my condolences to the Winters family. You left a great legacy, Jonathan Winters. You won't be forgotten.
Somebody else died, Nat Funicello.
We talked about Nat Funicello.
We did that Friday, right?
Yes. There was one.
Hey, this guy died. The Adams, I had the video too. The Adams Street shooting, the guy died. Now the shooter's charged with felony murder.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, that was another person. You're right. There was another person. Maria Tallchief. obituary. Yes, she was a pioneer was the quintessential American ballerina. She died at age 88. She was inducibly linked.
Wow.
She was born Elizabeth Marie Tallchief in Fairfax, Oklahoma, the 3 children of Alexander Joseph Tallchief of the Native American Osage tribe. So she was one of the First Nations famous ballerinas in America. So she is definitely a big legacy in Native American history, in American history in general, as far as the U.S. ballet. It says the English, as dancer Jacques d'Amboise put it, the English have their Fontaine, the French Chavry, the Russians Ulfanova, the Cubans Alonso, and now the U.S. can claim their Tallchief. At the height of her career, she was considered to be the most technically brilliant ballerina the U.S. has ever produced. So, our condolences to Maria Tallchief's family.
I never heard of her till this death. There we go. Gappy.
All right, we got a message from Eric Hutto.
What's up, Eric?
Registered to vote the other day as a homeless person. I enclosed a letter with it to the Secretary of State, Kemp, to let him know, if need be, I can send additional affidavits to prove I live where I say I do. And that my application was essentially going to be a litmus test for others to follow that were homeless. You got my vote, though, Irv, no matter how I feel regarding what you say about Junebug incident, but it's in your best interest not to harp on it any longer, as it's no longer an issue. Yes, it is. I disagree.
It's still an issue.
Harp on real problems. You and David will get my vote. Well, here's the problem with that whole nonsense.
That was well written.
Moving on. No. Let me finish. I'm not saying what he's saying is nonsense.
Right.
What I'm saying is I disagree with you because the problem is it's still there. Here's the problem. That police officer is still on payroll. How much money are they making a week? $4,000? A month.
Somebody that goes in as an officer, as a patrolman, a private, and they have military background, or previous law enforcement background.
How many months is he
They start at $15.99 an hour.
An hour. Now he's probably getting $15 an hour.
Less than that if you go in as an officer and you had no military background.
Right. So $15 an hour.
16.
He's going to be $16 an hour. He's going to be on payroll forever. That's a big issue.
Until the consolidation.
Yeah.
Because the Sheriff Davis is not going to keep Sutton.
No.
There's no way in hell.
But they're going to give him. No. That's not what he said. He said he will never be on the street again, which means he'll probably be. They're not going to lose a guy like that. That guy's got a lot of history.
I guarantee Sheriff Davis will not keep him.
I know.
Davis, not Burns, Davis. When it consolidates, Davis will not put him on as a sheriff.
And he won't put him on the street.
He won't put him on as sheriff,
he'll put him in a goddamn office.
I disagree. I think Davis, the new sheriff coming in after consolidation, who is the only law enforcement leader of all of it, there's going to be no more police department, Macon PD. I think Davis, he better, or otherwise we're going after him the minute he starts. I'm going after Davis. But he will not keep Sutton on. Sutton will have to either move out and become a policeman in another city or state, or he has to go find another job. I don't think Davis will keep Sutton.
Wow.
No way.
Yes.
David, they're trying to let him hang around until he disbands so that so Sutton can get his whatever, his pension or whatever the shit he's going to get. That's why they don't want to fire him for whatever reason. They're letting him hang around until it disbands late this year. But I would pretty much bet that Davis is smart enough to not keep Sutton and move him to the sheriff's department. He better not.
Al Tillman's current posting. Please know that you can feel comfortable to call or inbox me about anything. My friends on Facebook or others do not control my thought process. I am open, humble, and down to earth. And I agree. So please don't allow anyone to make you feel uncomfortable. The social media is just that. We have real issues that we can solve together. And then he puts his phone number on there. Then somebody says, I really admire you. You have a beautiful show. You inspire me to do even more for my community. That's from Jonathan Stroud.
Let me ask you something, Irvin. That's the problem I have. We have
I have friends?
No, we have a guy that calls our show that spends time on our show, and you want to cut him off, but yet you want to promote a guy and his show named Al Tillman, but he never puts us.
Why not?
Because he doesn't put us. Why doesn't he put us on his show?
No, he's mentioned us on his show. It's
no, why doesn't
we don't
he
know
put us
about.
on there? Why doesn't he call us and go, guys, come on and be guests?
He asked me to be a guest.
Well, what about the whole show?
Well, he hasn't done that yet. But I'm sure
my point
I'll
is,
talk to him about it.
My point is, why are we promoting a guy, and I like Al, he's okay, but why are we promoting his shit and talking about his shit on our show, but yeah, we're going to cut the people that believe and follow our show off?
Well, I
don't
agree.
with
I
that.
mean, look.
You're sitting there telling all these other people
that,
shit.
and it's the same thing.
Screw Al Tillman's
It's
show.
the same thing
I like Al, but screw
with
his show.
Sotomayor. It's the same thing that I feel about.
And I've told that to Derek. I said, Derek, I don't mind the stories, but I don't think we need to constantly show his videos.
Right.
Because it's his show.
He hasn't done shit
We
for us.
don't need to be giving everybody else's show publicity on our show. You can bring up what he talks about because he might have some good issues, like the guy tasing the people in Atlanta, the security guard. You're right, and I said that to Derek. I don't want to sit here and promote everybody else's show, especially if you're going to sit there and cut off supporters of our show when they call. I mean, that's kind of, because I don't, come on, Al. We've had you on here a couple of times. Yeah, we don't mind having you on, but, shit, if we're going to keep giving Al Tillman's shows publicity and all of what Al Tillman says, well, then, hell, let's give our own show publicity.
Well, anyway, King, Friday. Okay, let's go back. You're right. Danny Glover, the famous Danny Glover, is a movie actor. But there are other people named Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes.
Okay, which is the guy that was killed that we're talking about by that police officer. There are other people named Michael Jackson.
Yes.
There are other people named Irving Martinez. Actually, there's hundreds of them. Hundreds.
How many?
And so,
not many.
Danny Glover is not exclusive to Danny Glover, the actor.
Anthony Harris's, I know
So
that.
get over that. I never watched any of Danny Glover's movies. But according to
He's trying to be funny, Irvin. You're taking the guy too serious. He's commenting over and over to bring
I'm
it
just
up.
letting him know.
I know,
He's
he knows.
arguing with Danny.
No, he knows.
With Donnie, rather.
He knows. He's being silly. The guy's...
Well, he's egging Donnie on.
Yeah, I mean, just ignore it. I mean, the guy knows by now it's not Danny Glover from Color Purple.
Yeah,
we know that.
In Lethal Weapon movies, yes.
Yes, Macon has a habit of having people named after famous people. That happens around here a lot.
Yes, there was a guy in my scout troop named Michael Jackson. Go figure.
I mean, it happens. People have names.
All right.
But speaking of characters and stuff, there were a lot of superheroes that were ruling at the MTV Movie Awards last night. The comic book superheroes, the Avengers, and the comedy romance Silver Linings Playbook ruled at the MTV Movie Awards Sunday night with a night pack of irreverent jokes about body parts and sneak peeks of some of the year's biggest upcoming films. The Avengers picked up 3 awards, including the top prize movie of the year, along with Best Villain for Tom Hiddleston's turn as the evil Loki, and Best Fight, which was accepted by director Joss Whedon. It says Jennifer Lawrence added 2 popcorn-shaped trophies to her Oscar for her turn as an outspoken young widow in Silver Linings Playbook.
Yes, another stupid award.
Yes, she won for Best Female Performance and shared the Best Kiss Award with co-star Bradley Cooper, who was voted Best Male Performance for his role as a bipolar man in the comedy romance. A heavily pregnant Kim Kardashian, dressed in a modest long-sleeve black dress, and Brad Pitt, whose new movie World War Z opens in June, were among the presenters, while teen singer Selena Gomez debuted her new single Come and Get It. Seth Rogen and Danny McBride dropped their pants in a skit in male physiques, and Twilight heartthrob Taylor Lautner turned up sporting a false beer gut to collect his trophy for Best Shirtless Performance. Fans who vote online for the awards chose Django Unchained actors Jamie Foxx and Samuel L. Jackson for Best WTF moment for the scene with which Fox ventral slave berates and unleashes a volley of gunshots at Jackson's survived black manservant. Jamie Foxx is also honored for the MTV Generation Award. And they also got a first exclusive look at the Hunger Games Catching Fire ahead of the release in November of the sequel to the young adult hit movie.
Which our buddy Chris Payne did some work on.
Yes.
Anyway, Yurak says, DB, I saw a show on Sunday called Route 66. That was famous in my day.
Oh, that was a great show.
An episode called Goodnight Sweet Blues. I love the actress Ethel Waters and found out that she was the second African-American actress to be nominated for an Academy Award. Great.
I guess for lead actress.
I love it.
I guess
that's awesome trivia.
Yeah, that
awesome
is trivia.
I didn't
You know
that.
who was the first one was?
actress or
was a woman in Gone with the Wind. No,
Hattie McDaniel. Well, she won for best
supporting.
Right.
I think the first one to win Best Lead Actress was Dorothy Dandridge for Carmen Jones.
Oh.
And she lost to Grace Kelly, or the lady Princess.
Nomination. She didn't.
Game of Girls says
Halle Berry was the first to win.
Yes.
Game of Girls says the only thing I got out of MTV movie
was nominated.
Okay.
She was the first one nominated. Dorothy Dandridge was nominated.
Cool.
Game of Girls says the only thing I got out of an MTV movie awards is the fact that I have now crossed the line of being old. I just don't get this shit anymore.
Same here.
Award shows are horrible.
I didn't even watch the whole thing.
I don't even. If I had my way, which I don't mind us talking about this because the stuff Derek likes to bring up, and some of you might like it. If I had my way, I wouldn't address award shows. But we try to give everybody an open, equal.
Yes.
The first was Hattie McDaniel, who won her performance in Gone with the Wind.
The first one who won, yeah. Who won?
He was talking about first nominated, not win. He said Dorothy Dandridge.
Yeah. She did win.
No,
she didn't.
Derek is talking about
she was
first
nominated.
She was nominated. Best lead.
You guys
actress.
are mixing up people.
That wasn't.
Oh, she said supporting. Okay, you were talking about supporting.
Best supporting actress.
Okay.
It's just all confused.
Okay.
So she won.
What happens when one guy can't hear and the others are talking?
Hattie McDaniel did, but not Ethel Waters. Not Ethel Waters.
Right.
I think the second one the first one to actually win Academy Award, black actress would be Whoopi Goldberg for Ghost, even though she should have gotten for Color Purple. But that's a whole other story, right? Whole other can of worms.
That's a whole other can of film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
guys, before we run out of time, you want me to go ahead and do the folders, or you want to wait till tomorrow?
No. Let's do
They're not too big.
Let's do them.
It's two more officers.
Okay.
I got these Friday. This is again Precinct 3, my investigation of Precinct 3, since the mayor and Chief Burns will not do their own policing of their force. It looks like I'm going to do it. We have a Jennifer Heidenreich. I picked her next because her name showed up in 2 other files that I did on this show.
Oh, is that right?
She didn't do anything wrong in those files. She just showed up as being on the scene with these other officers that did do something wrong or got complaints against. But I went to her next, and she has... she was hired January 29th, 2007. This confused me for a minute, and I finally figured it out after read further. It helps to read. I had seen some stuff in here, complaints and stuff, and then there was the sign, and it said Jennifer Green, and I'm thinking, Jennifer Green? I'm dealing with the Jennifer Heidenreich. Why the hell does this say this is a statement of Officer Jennifer Green? Well, I find out looking further that, of course, she was married or something. Her maiden name was Green, and then she's now Heidenreich. So, anyway, she was hired January 29, 2007. She has 2 complaints. Again, guys, this is one of the things I'm going to say at City Council. They need to start doing some better training of their officers' driving ability.
Of course.
This girl, again, like the other ones, accident. I've had other officers that I've looked into that had complaints and reprimands about accidents. Well, again, Miss Heidenreich, badge 586, Precinct 3, Macon Police Department. She was following too close. What did she get? She got verbal counseling. She, at the time, was with the 1st Precinct. This is, again, 2008 is when this happened. And her actual report in her handwriting is, I was traveling west on Poplar Street when the vehicle in front of me came to a sudden stop. I tried to swerve around the vehicle, but I struck the vehicle on the right rear end side.
Yeah.
So she got verbal counseling for that. That was the city of Macon. Again, our officers can't drive. And then on August 31st, 2010, she had a complaint against her from a Mrs. Gloria Smith, who alleges that Officer Jennifer Heidenreich on May 26, 2010 placed handcuffs on her at her residence without probable cause. Again,
incident occurred May 26, 2010.
She got away with it. It says no further action was taken.
That's how it happens.
Well, again, every complaint does not necessarily hold water. Some people want to complain about the cops when the cop really didn't do anything wrong. And maybe they figured with this, Ms. Heidenreich, maybe, what were you going to say, Derek?
Well, I was speaking of, I guess,
Smith's complaint.
I guess, about crime or at least civil resistance or injustices. Did you know that Jackie Robinson, when he was in the Army, he was almost court-martialed because he refused to sit in the back of a bus.
I heard something vague about that.
1940 during World War II. This was a decade before Rosa Parks did it back in 1955. I was watching the news and they were talking about how the movie, which speaking of which, I'll go ahead and get into.
We can't switch. Derek, we can't go from the middle of this to that.
Well,
let me finish the whole thing and then go to that.
Well, you didn't. I thought
no, man, I didn't know. I got another officer.
Okay,
I got Andrew. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I thought you were just gonna throw in the Jackie thing.
Okay.
I just we got to keep a segue. We can't like go back to weekend box office results and then back. We'll get to it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, Derek? It makes sense. We'll talk about it after the show. We got to get a better system going.
We'll get it.
But no. So the second complaint.
Somebody just made a comment that we ought to go national.
Well,
I would agree, but I think that we still got our work cut out.
I don't mind going national because Michael Bays' show went off the air last month, so what we got to lose?
Why not?
He was on television.
And I believe, despite our miserable self, that in the end we do love each other like brothers. We do spend time together, and I think that's really what people don't see. I mean, because we argue on the show and disagree doesn't mean anything, really. It's just bullshit. We're having fun, and sometimes it gets heated. So what?
Well, here's the complaint.
You can't be so thin-skinned.
Let me do the complaint real quick. June 25th, Ms. Gloria Smith filed a complaint on the Office of Internal Affairs. She alleges that Officer Heidenreich went to the Green Meadows apartment complex. The complaint stated that she was talking to him.
I disagree, C-Fox. He says there's no way in the world that yelling at each other is worthy of going national.
Yeah,
I disagree.
Yeah, it is.
Jerry Springer, hello.
Well, way before him, Robert Downey.
Robert Downey.
Robert Downey was a big holler.
Actually, that was Morton Downey Jr.
No, I say Robert.
You said Robert
Morton
Downey.
Jr. Not the actor.
You really don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Anyway, I'll go over this one more at the city council meeting since you guys are doing chatters. But Ms. Smith complained about Heidenreich. And then our other officer, employee Andrew Gilbert, badge 576.
Maybe after I get the other stories I got.
This guy has repeatedly done this 3 times. But this is apparently the one he got a suspension for. This is one of those officers that never shows up for court cases. He's supposed to show up to defend his side of the argument in this courts. And Officer Andrew Gilbert, reporting for duty, he failed to appear at municipal court on October 29th, 2012. This is the 3rd time the officers missed court in the year 2012. So Gilbert obviously doesn't feel it's important. He wants to give tickets out, but he doesn't want to show up and fight them.
But he was given a 1-day suspension
for that one. He was on February 19th of this year.
Last year.
No, this year. This year's when he had it.
Now, what was his abuse?
This guy, all Andrew Gilbert has is he's had 3 times of missing court. The morning courts to defend his case when he gives tickets to people.
Yeah.
He's not showing up to get in front of the judge and fight his case against the person who's, of course, up there to fight their case. And apparently he's done it 3 times in the year of 2012. This is his disciplinary record for 2013. He did it again. He got suspended 1 day. This happened, of course, this last one happened during the whole Sammy stuff. This happened in the middle of when Chief Burns decides to take his medical leave, because I noticed that all the reports here signed off, even though the line is for Chief Burns to sign. Of course, we have Deputy Chief Mike Carswell signing off on all these, which is another thing I'm going to bring up. It's like, why the hell are we even keeping this Chief Burns? Because his ass isn't coming back to work anyway. He's got excuses. He's got medical leave, blah, 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 blah. But all Officer Andrew Gilbert wrote and signed the letter attached to his about the last missing of court. He wrote, "I honestly forgot I had court on that day. Officer A. Gilbert, 576.
I forgot.
Yeah, so there we go. I'm going to bring up Andrew Gilbert. I don't know. This guy just doesn't want to show up at court. He obviously doesn't respect the system of law, right? If that's part of the law.
Yeah.
So there we go. Andrew Gilbert has only that. And Heidenreich has a verbal whipping because of wrecking her car, like I've noticed a lot of Precinct 3 cops do, and because, she got nothing put against her for apparently handcuffing a woman
Alright, well, Gamer Girl.
I'll address these.
She's already putting out numbers for page 6 and
entry
for
number
Wordsmith.
6, Wordsmith. Do you have?
Oh, good job, wait. And I again forgot to bring the Eat Your Words book. I'll get it. We missed
Did you ever get your book back?
I got it back from Bryant's car. I left it in his car, but I forgot to
Again?
No. I got it back. I forgot to bring it today because I woke up at 7:30. I woke up late as hell today.
Okay. It says entry page 66.
Thank you, Gamer Girl, for keeping us on top of things.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, fuck it.
All right. Actually, we only have 5 entries, not 6.
So we'll go 5, no?
I think we're already checked this one. We have 2, 3.
Yeah, we
4.
did Bleed already.
So
Bleed's
before
already done.
Bleak.
So
It's a long one. Get ready. This is a dare. Oh, I wish Chris Payne was here to read this one. Because this is a long one.
Okay, it's Bleak. Okay. I'll go try to do my best, Chris.
No. Just read it right.
Okay.
Oh, hell.
Bleak originally meant pale.
Oh, shit.
It comes ultimately from an Indo-European base, Bleg. B-H-L-E-G. Possible source of black and variety.
Please do it right. That's too long to read. If you're going to do that whole
source of black and a variant of flag, which produced Greek phlegm, burn, flangen, burn, and Latin flagellare, burn. Whence English conflagration and flagrant, flame, fulminate, and refulgent are closely related. From Bleg came the prehistoric German adjective blakos, white, from which Old English got black, B-L-A-C, pale. Ironic. The sense relationship, as with possibly related blaze, is between burning, shining brightly, white, and pale. This survived until the 15th century in Southern English dialects as bloke, and until the 16th century in the North as blake. Its disappearance was no doubt hastened by its resemblance to black, both formally and semantically, since both pale and dark carry implications of colorlessness. Blake did, however, persist in Northern dialects until modern times in the sense yellow. Meanwhile, around the middle of the 16th century, bleak had begun to put in an appearance borrowed from a close relative of bloke/blake, Old Norse bleak, bricker, means shining, white.
Oh, wow.
The modern sense bear is recorded from very early on. A derivative of the German base blake was the verb blackjon, source of Old English blacken, whiten, the ancestor of modern English bleach, which may be related to blight, and a nasalized version of the stem may be produced blink.
Thank you, Derek. That was a mouthful.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Wow, that was quick.
Now, what'd you just say? Bleak. Okay.
That was the word.
I was lost.
Entry number 4.
I was lost after the fourth.
That's a big long.
I thought literally that one quick.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Well, I got a couple of stories if y'all want to get to them.
Okay. Let's do them.
I want to do this one real quick, even though no one gives a shit about it.
We got 15 minutes.
Well, you guys, this is a no-brainer, but you hear what Justin Bieber did, right?
Yes.
What happened?
I think Derek already has it pulled up. Derek?
Who gives a shit? But hey,
well, you're right, but
we do.
I want to explain it. This is obviously the case, and this is going to stem into something of why I think our next generations are in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it all has to do with education, I think, and this obsession with fame, fame and money, and all this crap, and you're dumbing yourself down.
Big time.
Because Justin Bieber, Derek will pull up and get the exact quote that he wrote. I won't bastardize it. Basically, Justin Bieber was on tour, and he went to the Anne Frank Museum, or whatever you want to call it, house.
Yes.
Which I believe is in Amsterdam, right?
What did that little lesbian do now? That's what Gamer Girl said.
Yeah. Well, listen, Gamer Girl. And he's going to pull up the exact message he left. He goes, and they have one of these books that you sign off on after you come and visit this house of where Anne Frank and her relatives lived and got captured by the Nazis and taken to concentration camp. Well, he goes to visit. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, read it. And listen to what he writes here.
Okay. Justin Bieber concluded, this from Rolling Stone magazine, Justin Bieber concluded a visit to the Anne Frank House Museum in Amsterdam last week with a guest book entry that said he hoped the teen Holocaust victim too would have been a fan. Says, truly inspiring to be able to come here, the singer wrote, according to a post Friday in Anne Frank house. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer. Now, Belieber was on tour in the Netherlands, toured the house where Frank and her family spent 2 years hiding from the Nazis who occupied Amsterdam during World War II.
Yes.
When the family was betrayed in 1944, Frank and her sister Margot were sent to the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp where they died of typhus in March of 1945. Anne Frank was 15 years old.
And she wrote the diary, of course.
Yes.
So anyway, there's my point. So this guy, who's famous, has got little girls screaming after him.
He's got a new charm.
Yeah. But no, he's had that. But okay, I'm all for freedom of speech. I'm all for freedom of speech. I'm all for him writing it.
He looks like a girl.
But listen, isn't it stupid? I mean, doesn't it really reflect something worse? Doesn't it reflect that the guy has no goddamn education and sense?
Well,
because he's gone right into this lifestyle, right? What age did he get big and popular? Who discovered his ass? Timberlake, Usher? Who the hell? Okay, this guy obviously
is a lesbian.
Yeah, that. Besides that, this guy obviously hasn't had an education worth of shit. Yeah. And they figure, why should he? He's got money. He's set for life. Mm-hmm. He's rich. Blah 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 blah. Right? Haven't we lost a hold on what we should be teaching our kids?
Yes.
What's really important?
Right.
Regardless of how many people look up to this schmuck. I mean,
well, now the girls are the ones who are looking up to him.
Well, I mean,
not that many people. Not that many.
He's turning this thing around and making it all about him in his narcissistic, freaking way. Right?
Yeah.
He goes to a house where a child lived. That, you know,
hiding in an attic,
hiding out from an evil force, right? Goes to a concentration camp, basically dies. You know, this guy's never had to worry about a hardship in his life, right? This guy or girl or whatever he is, and the guy's only concerned about, wow, she seems like a sweet girl. I really think she would have liked my music. I mean, what kind of crap is that?
Well, City Bum
it's all about him, right?
I think that's exactly right. I think the problem is that he spoke about Anne. He didn't honor her for all her life. He was just talking about himself and asking for another fan.
Yeah, if she was still alive, would she be a fan?
Who gives a fuck?
Because she had pictures. Because she had pictures of the famous teen idols of her time. But Scalawagon in the message board says, one has to wonder, one teenager ended up dying for her beliefs and became a worldwide icon, whereas another one trumpets dizzy innuendos and proclamations and still managed to catch our attention. But the question remains, for how long? One teenager never dreamed of being famous, where another one still grapples with his fame as much as we grapple with how he became famous in the first place.
It's just all this narcissism is ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
I mean, and of course people blame me for being at times vain, and I have a healthy ego, but I mean, I'm not that bad. I know that in the scheme of things, I'm really, what I do a lot of times is worthy of nothing other than the stuff like the Sammy stuff. That's worthy of something.
Yes.
But I mean, I realize that in the scheme of things, my art and my movies and this show is really just nothing.
I mean,
I don't put that much seriously. I don't treat it like it's a big iconic thing that has to be idolized, but this guy just feels like he's just, you know, I don't know. It's a sad state of our youth.
Saibuki says, "Hey, Ann, freedom of speech." Remember?
I agree, and I said that first, Saibuki, that he has a right to say it. He has a right to put it and write it, but it reflects more than that, Saibuki. It reflects that the guy, and a lot of our kids nowadays, are just not getting educated right.
Yeah.
They're well, kids, if you want to,
they just don't know what life's
to look up to. Check out this cap right here. That's when you want to talk.
He has a nightmare vision of a Beaver Museum in 50 years.
Exactly. The kid is obsessed with all this crap, and I just wanted to get
Well, he's only what? How old is he?
19.
It doesn't matter.
19 years old.
It doesn't matter. I wasn't like that.
Lesbian-looking kid.
Irvin, when we were that young, were we that bad?
No.
I was not that way at all.
I was a good kid.
I was not narcissistic at all. I was not anyway.
I was very shy.
I wasn't in the position he's in, but I still wasn't.
Yeah.
And I was sure as hell bring my kids up that way, even if they did become famous.
I was very shy because people would always stare at me because I'm short and all that shit.
I was shy.
And so I already had that.
It's funny, all three of us were shy, and we have this show now.
Yes, I was a geek.
Who the hell
A
knows?
breakdancing geek, but you know.
But I just, that's all I want to get off my chest. I'm done with it. It's just kids and parents and Donnie Curry. You know, if you're out there still, buddy, bring your kids up to know what's really important in life. And not this other crap. You know, don't idolize these people.
Coffee Guy says, "Why are we surprised? This is typical."
Well, yeah.
We're not surprised, Mike. It's just I wanted to bring it up because it was all in the news this weekend.
I had some more entertainment news,
All right,
at least on a good note. I will say
that's
that.
a good way to say.
Number 42 was the #1 movie this weekend, grossing $27.2 million.
And it's worthy.
I'm sure
definitely
hell
worthy.
glad it beat that stupid scary movie.
Thank goodness, because I was going to be pissed. I said, if y'all don't come to see this,
You notice how it all came together? They have this really serious movie, and then they have this piece of shit funny movie, and guess what it's made by? All black guys. It's all about black guys.
No, that's not true at all.
Let me just say
originally
this.
By black guys.
Because the Wayans brothers are very well known.
But 42's not.
But
42's about a black guy, but the director's white.
Right. But what I'm saying is, the
Same guy
irony
won a
of that,
screenplay for
how
LA
Hollywood
Confidential.
plays these games
Yeah.
to take you on two different extremes. You can either have the black guy making you laugh or the black guy inspiring
Teaching you a lesson.
I mean, it's all bullshit. This is all propaganda.
Well,
but I will
Hollywood,
say
of
this,
course.
42, I'm going to go see it. I still haven't seen it. But I've seen some clips of it, and they got a lot of different clips. I've been on their site. That movie looks fabulous. I mean, it just looks like it's
my
going to
mother
move
has,
you.
I recommend it. My mother's been recommending
see my book
to
there? I
all
can't
to
find
all
it.
of her friends, to her neighbors, to the church members after that Thursday night when we went to see it. She was just been telling everyone to see it. It was very, very good. Matter of fact, Bounce TV had a movie called The Jackie Robinson Story, which had where Jackie Robinson portrayed himself, and obviously it was very, very staged.
I hope it was.
Well, yeah, because you could.
It's a movie. It's not a documentary. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't documentary. Yeah.
Well,
but
so we'll run down the other ones real quick. 42 was first. Scary movie. Do the top 5.
Okay.
What was 3, 4, and 5?
I got 3 minutes.
Okay, number one.
We started.
Number 1 was 42.
Yes.
Number 2 was Scary Movie with 15 million.
5.
The Croods. Number 3 was The Croods, the animated movie from DreamWorks with 13 million. Number 4, G.I. Joe Retaliation, one with Dwayne "Rock" Johnson, had 10.8 million. Number 4, and the number 5 movie, the remake of Evil Dead, with 9.5 movie, $9.5 million.
DS Photo Guy says, I can't wait until the sequel, 43. Hey, kids today have different variety of kids than I have ever remembered. That's true.
Remember Friday when I wore that special?
Yes, the 50th anniversary Jackie Robinson.
On that year, 1997, that's when the Commissioner of Major League Baseball made it a rule for the number 42 to be retired on all the Major League Baseball teams and franchises. Even though Arizona Diamondbacks didn't exist at that time, they didn't come into being until 2001, they automatically had their number 42 automatically retired on their franchise. And at that time, there were only like 3 other people that had the number 42 still on them. And there's only one left that's still playing number 42. That's the relief pitcher Mariano Rivera from the New York Yankees. And
wait, he wears 42 now?
Yes.
I thought they completely retired that number.
Well, they were
across the board.
Well, yeah,
no, they're going to.
Once the players retire, they retire themselves. No one else will play it. But they made that rule
after they already had the number.
After they already had the number.
So it's like a grandfather
but it'll
clause.
always be.
It's like a grandfather
that 2
clause.
guys
It
wore
already
that
played
number.
in. Okay.
Unfortunately, it's already too late.
Well, everybody's on this wearing a 42 thing.
Well, he was a great player too, this Spanish guy.
Yeah, he's from Panama.
Nowhere comparable.
Matter of fact, on this day, Jack Robinson made his debut in Ebbets Field on this day in 1947, April 15th.
Yeah,
so, saying this, New York Yankees closer Mariano Rivera reflects on the film 42, and he shares a special connection that he's the last Major League Baseball player to wear Jackie Robinson's number 42, which was retired in the league in 1997 for all new players. And he says it's an honor that Rivera doesn't take lightly. He says it's not only a privilege or a satisfaction, it's a responsibility. He said Rivera announced his retirement in March, and with his exit, number 42 will only appear on baseball jerseys one day a year on Jackie Robinson Day. And
I hate to change the subject here, but quickly, Ann, could you make a point to clarify if an officer should be speeding or not, stopping at a light, etc.? Are they required to flash emergency lights with sound warning device? Yes.
I think they are. But see, you know these cops. You know these cops.
Yeah, they just do it anyway.
I'm sure they're throwing their lights on just to get home really quick and acting like they're on a call and they don't want to stay. You know
it's the same thing with the ambulance.
You know they do that shit all the time. But I'm going to go to city council. I'm just going to bring up some of these, and I'm going to mainly make a little point. Maybe you guys need to start looking into this new consolidated police force and make sure there's a little more training in their driving for sure, because that's one thing that's becoming a reoccurring theme is these drivers in Precinct 3 especially can't drive. They're getting wrecks all the time. But that's another story. But yeah, we'll bring all that up. But yeah, so the 40, everybody's on the 42. I think I might go play ball with everybody. I think I might pull out my old 9th grade football picture, which you guys are going to laugh when you see how much hair I had, where I'm wearing my dirt jersey 42. That was the only time I played football at Central High School, Miller Junior High. Yeah. I think I might find that picture and put it online today.
Yeah.
Just to say, look, goes my thing. I was 42. I'm not anywhere near as important as Jackie Robinson, but everybody's talking about wearing 42 now. It's like a new
as
it's a new number.
Mariano Rivera says, as a minority to come from Paramount, be the last one to wear it, number 42. I think it's a lot of pressure, but I accept the challenge. He adds, it took a man like Mr. Jackie Robinson to break the barrier, and thank God for him because we enjoy these moments now because of him.
Yeah, he was the right guy at the right place at the right time, because he handled all that horrible treatment and everything.
A lot of credit has to be given to Branch Rickey too, because because if the movie is as factual as it portrayed, it was really Branch Rickey's urging that influenced his decision.
Yeah,
because you got to think, being that first guy picked, and you're used to growing up at a time when you weren't allowed to play,
right?
That's got to kind of throw you off.
Well,
when you got this old white guy coming up to you going, "You're going to be the first one," and you're this young black kid going, "Wait a minute," he's getting it all thrown in his lap.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because Ricky could have gone to other black guys. He could have gone to Satchel Paige.
He could have gone to Satchel Paige.
He could have gone to someone
who was already like 40 years old.
Yeah.
So really, Jackie
or Josh
Robinson
Gibson, who was even more of a hothead, on the field.
Right.
Well, but remember, in the end, it was about the money too. I mean,
he admits that.
He was going to fill up those seats.
Ricky
no
admits
what.
that. Well, he admits it's the green.
But when it comes to Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was humble.
You have to be a good
player. He took
the
advice.
Yes.
And it wasn't about the money for him. It really wasn't.
Phone
it was
call.
more.
Let's do a phone call.
Okay. Hello, Morning Roast.
Hey.
Heather.
Hi, baby.
Hey, look, we got to quit calling. It costs them money. We found out. We found out they have a horrible.
Talk to your wife.
They have a horrible plan here that if you call here on the landline, it costs you money.
What
do you got to say?
Talk
Quick.
to your wife.
Quick, go.
Pick me up.
Pick you up?
Yeah.
From where?
At the regular time. That my sister's not at work today.
Okay, I'll get you. Bye. Love you.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
You owe Irvin and Ed $2.
We're going to change that plan. Anyway.
What a perfect time to end it. Now, no Daily Bread. Anyway,
okay.
What are you saying?
Well, I was going to say, there was another Yankees hitter that has a special connection with Jackie Robinson. Yankee slugger Robinson Cano is named after the Brooklyn Dodgers legend and wears the number 24, 42 in reverse in Robinson's honor.
Yeah, 2 and a 4. It's like a 19 factor.
So when is somebody going to wear? What? It's going to come full cycle. When is someone going to wear 420? Whoa! 420,
I worked at Fox 24.
420. We started the conversation today with pot and marijuana. We're now back full circle. 420.
And there's your wing dang doodle of the day.
Right. Daily Bread ready?
Well, Daily Bread is ready.
I'll bring each your words.
It is number 15.
April 15th.
Yeah, number 15 is the number today. April 15th, Monday. Marilyn and Stephen, and the name of this is Money Talk.
We got to preface them real quick. I just realized we're coming up soon on, the anniversary of a lot of bad things. 420. That was the Timothy McVeigh
Yeah.
That was Columbine.
And
Yeah.
That's right. That was April
Hitler's
20, Hitler's birthday. Let's go for it. 420. But we're on 420.
Well, today is April 15th, Monday. And the title of this is Money Talk. Ain't that funny? We were just talking about Branch Rickey. Did it for the money. Marilyn and Stephen have been married just a few years. And money was tight. But as she looked at their threadbare bread spread, it's ridiculous. She wanted to replace it. Why can't she said something else? So she decided she would buy a new one with a credit card, hoping to somehow find the money to pay it off. Her devotional reading for the day surprised her when it pointed to her to Proverbs 22:27. If you lack the means to pay, your very bed will be snatched from under you. Marilyn decided not to go into debt for a new bedspread that day.
Let me pause you a minute.
Decisions about the way we spend our money are a personal matter between us and the Lord and can be difficult to make. But God hasn't left us without help. He tells us, honor the Lord with your possessions, Proverbs 3:9. And you cannot serve both God and money, Matthew 6:24. With such truths in mind,
frozen, Ed.
With such truths in mind, we look further in His Word for help to use money wisely. We find this: beware of covetousness, Luke 12:15. Another says, the borrower is a servant to the lender,
and
Proverbs 22:7.
And in
1 Timothy we read, be ready to give, willing to share. Money is a big issue. God, who provides for all our needs, can show us how to use it to bring Him honor. Dave Barron. Lord, sometimes money and finances are overwhelming. It's hard to know what decisions to make. So please lead me and give the wisdom to use my finances in a way that pleases you.
You notice that, Urban? You didn't notice. My brother the whole time was posting it before you said it.
Oh, thank you.
Look, that's why I was reading along to it. He must have that book. Yeah. He was putting it for Rosie. That's why you didn't catch while I was.
Amazing.
That's why I was following it.
I thought I was having a.
Well, what did you think when I was reading it with you?
I don't know. I thought you were reading it off my book.
No, I was over here.
And then command those who are rich in this present age not to be hoarding, nor to trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God. 1 Timothy.
Thank you, Coffee Guy, for putting that.
Thank you, Coffee Guy, for that.
That way, Rosie
truly inspiring.
Very inspiring.
It certainly is.
Also, one more story before we go. I just want to say I didn't get a chance to say
you go ahead and leave,
Adam Scott beat Angel Cabrera for the coveted green jacket
in the playoff.
In the playoff,
they were playing it off.
They were playing it off in Augusta. So Adam Scott wins his first green jacket, and he's the first Australian to win the Masters yesterday. Sunday.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So Australia played a part today. We had big penises and tall guys in Australia. And now we got this
big putter.
Now we got an Australian guy with a big putter dropping his balls in a hole.
Yeah. There we go.
Who knew? Who knew?
That's not how that operates. Balls in a hole. That's not what you're supposed to do.
Anyway,
goodbye. Have a good day.
It's 65 degrees in Macon.
Tuesday, tomorrow, city council meeting. We're going. Today, Irvin is going to the mayor.
Meet the mayor.
He's going to tell us what the mayor said to him and what he said to the mayor.
And we're also going to the NAACP meeting today.
Well, we're not invited to that.
We're not
invited. Shit. I'm going anyway.
That's just the president.
Thank you to all our viewers. City Bum, Diaz, Photo Guy, Rosalind Nicole, Vorpal Bite, Gamer Girl, Three Bears Coffee Guy, King Friday the 13th.
Thank you, guys.
Also Sabuki, and also Three. Okay, I already mentioned.
I do love you.
There were a lot more on there.
Oh yeah, Earl Big Skillet.
We had more than that. We had some new people on there. Let's give a shout out.
We had King the 7th, whatever.
We had King Harry.
King Friday the 13th.
We had a whole bunch of people on today.
And Donnie.
Donnie, I still thank you for calling and want you to call, but we got to get them guys to fix their phone bill first.
And Yurik Wildcat, thank you for also
I still don't
typing
know
in.
when to talk.
Thank you for typing in also, and. I think that's pretty much all. At least
that's
it. That's all of them. And C Fluke. Yes.
That's all.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
Nick's
Great show today.
Nick's Blood Channel.
Good show, guys.
Ay, marón.